All right. Afternoon, everybody. Chilling here this afternoon. Good news about my eyes, which is very important to me. Eyes. Before we get to the USA Wales match today, I walked into a store. Eyes checked it, and walked into a store, and I asked the guy, "How's the England game?" He told me that uh, England was 162. I said, "Okay." Then he said, "Guess who scored today?" And I said, "Who?" He said, "You guess." Guessed it. Raheem Sterling. This is a guy who I've been killing for a long time. And I said, when is this guy going to score? Be more aggressive, getting the goddamn ball in the net. Well, did it today. Saka scored today. You know what I'm saying? Baelish scored today. Ashford scored today. Give the boys credit. Circle the wagons. Got the goddamn job done. We'll be awaiting Friday morning. I believe the game's at 8 o'clock here in the United States against USA. You know damn well that game will be on the top of my goddamn list come Friday morning. Okay. You can bank on that. All right. England take care of business. Shout out to Steve. Beautiful Miss Melina. That boy. Shout out to all of them. Good job by the boy. A loud statement to you. USA, you want to play with the big boys? Well, we're going to see on Friday morning. Okay? We'll see. All I've been hearing is USA this and USA that. Every time they pump up Team USA, you know what happened? Guessed it. They always flop. Okay, let's keep it real here. As they say, let's keep it 100. Zay Abreu very close to signing with the Astros. I'll keep an eye on that for you. This is World Cup. So England take care of business today. The Netherlands beat Gal, I believe. Sure, I got it. Yeah, they beat Senegal 2-0. Good job. Klaassen scored. So did Gakpo, Netherlands. So they got through their first game today. Germany won today. Get that. How about everything right now is going well. Team England. Argentina to Denmark tomorrow. The Argentina game 5 in the morning. Mexico 11 o'clock in the morning. Playing Poland. France, 2 o'clock, 24 hours from now, France will be on the field. Getting ready for Team USA versus Wales. Be an interesting game. Give me a second, gang. I'll be right back with you. I want to talk some NFL. I apologize for that. Had to talk to the doctor real quick. All right. I want to talk some NFL, but the World Cup, USA and Wales, I have it here. That game starts in about 15, 20 minutes. And I want to see Kate. Matter of fact, let me see if Kate Abdo's on right now on Fox. Oh God, yes, he is on right now. Leave it right here on Fox. Anyway, Oh man, this beautiful one's on right now. I can't wait to see her. I want to go back to the NFL. Uh, from yesterday, Dallas just looked good. I mean, you gotta give the double they do. Dallas looked real good yesterday. I mean, Dallas, give them credit. I mean, and getting ready for the Giants on Thanksgiving. And two things I took from yesterday: Dallas looking good, and New England's defense looking stout. You hear me? New England's defense looks real stout right now. And I'm looking at this USA team and their fans acting like this. See, this is the problem. Why? Hey, come on up. Please come up before you go on the air. I've been dying to talk to you, man. Please come up. Good to see you. Stay asleep. Please come up. I gotta talk to you. I've been dying to talk to you for the longest, man. Hopefully DS1 give me his time. He's gonna be on exactly 1 hour from now, so I want to catch him real quick. Coming up, I've been dying to talk to this man for over a year and a half. Believe it or not, folks, he has one of the greatest shows I've ever watched, and I watch him every day. If I miss him live, I watch him before I go on the air. And he is here. I am honored to have the great Sheep Stay Sleep TV, DS1 in the building. First of all, thank you for peeking in. I appreciate that, man.
Salute, my brother. How you
Salute
doing?
to you, man. I'm just gonna get to the point with you, and it's hard for me to say this, but man, you have been on a damn roll, brother, for the last 7 months, man. I mean, you are compelling television. Real talk, man. Because everything you say is facts. And I got a question to ask you.
Hmm.
A lot of these brothers turned their backs on you, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, for the most part, I mean, the support, aspect, and the attempting to blackball was yeah, that was prevalent at one point. Not so much now because I've pretty much moved away from the whole manosphere shit. But yeah, of course, there was a attempting to blackball, all of that type of stuff. Yeah, of course. And
yes.
I've heard about it behind the scenes, so I know it's a fact. It's,
No,
it's
I
it's
believe
not
it.
just me. It's not just me bugging out.
What's up, fasting? Yeah, I agree with you. No, I believe it because what they've done to Kuda is like unheard of, man. Every time he looks up, he's shadow banned, you know. And what interests me is this, um, especially when you preach it, I listen. I I want to talk about what you said about the black men who just don't see what's happening or what's about to happen around them. You said that a couple of weeks ago,
Hmm.
and I couldn't agree with you more. It is crazy how black men love the dumbest shit in the world, but when it comes to reality and what's real, it's like they want to deflect it. Like this, they don't even want to approach it. And I want your opinion. Why do you think that is?
It's because that part of reality bites, and a lot of us men, especially us brothers, we're taught not to feel. So if something constantly is biting you and you're taught to ignore it and it's hurting you and it's hurting you, but you're taught not to express that you're hurt, eventually you're just gonna run. And that's what's happening because guys, when it comes to reality, well, this part of reality, when it comes to working and paying bills and living that part of reality, guys have that. A lot of guys pretty much understand what that entails and they're willing to get all of that stuff done. But the other side is the part guys run from. And that's the part that I always emphasized when I was in the space. And that is what, you know, that is what got dudes wanting to blackball me and feeling the way they feel because I was basically uh how they would say force feeding them a reality they didn't want to face. But at the end of the day, we still run around and try to say that we masculine. But you guys openly admitted to running from yourself. But okay,
Yeah,
I'll just
because
go on about my business.
yeah, I remember I did a show a year and a half ago, bro. Nearly 2 years ago. I did a show on weak black men. In other words, simp black men. Black men who don't stand up for themselves. And I got murdered in here. The show did great, but um it
Mhm.
really, how can I say this? It really touched a nerve with a lot of brothers in these spaces. And what I do not understand to this second, is how black men can kill each other, can grill each other. Same with the women. But when it comes to our enemies, they don't dare fight. You agree with that?
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. Because the the enemy knows what to say, knows what to do to quickly neutralize any of that. That's why it's so easy for anything as far as black men standing up and defending themselves, such as a Kyrie, such as a Kanye, where those guys are immediately met with opposition from their own brothers because the oppressors set it up that way. That his first line of defense is us against one another now. So he can just sit back and pick up the dead bodies and collect all the money from the courts and all of that stuff from us killing each other,
Yeah,
and and
yeah.
and we don't see that though. We don't see how we just been hoodwinked, bamboozled, and led astray, like Malcolm used to say. We don't really understand what he meant by that, the magnitude. But
You made an excellent analogy last week about when black men get money, especially street niggas, when they get money, instead of them buying property, land, or let's say investing the money, not in crypto. I always told all these fools crypto is fraud.
right.
Ask FTX.
Mhm.
But I said, but you said that when black men do that, they really believe, and I do. Oh God damn, he was on point with this one. They really believe that the jeweler is his buddy, and the jeweler looks at him as a damn fool and a clown because all he wants is his money. And the black man and black women too, they rather shine than be wise with their resources because someday it's going to get rough out here and you're going to need those resources for a rainy, sunny, and a damn frostbitten day. And these people into their hip hop, into their red bottoms and those stupid bags that these people wear. You right on point. These white people own these Gucci and what's the other one? Louis Vuitton, whoever that guy is. These
Mhm.
people don't give a damn about them. You agree with that?
Or our money. Them people don't need our money. A lot of people don't know Hermes been around since the 1800s. You really think they need black people money? Them people made a fortune off their own people a long time ago. This is why the Gucci and all of the shit that we wear is a bunch of shit that they put in the outlet stores. It's not new. It's a bunch of old, out of season stuff. Black people are wearing the scraps of them people stuff, man.
I
Them
agree with
people,
that.
them people don't need our money. Them people been making money off their own people. A lot of people don't understand. Burberry, the flagship store, is in London. They don't
Yeah,
need black people money. Hermes is somewhere in Europe. They from Europe.
probably
These
France sounds like it.
yeah, right. These people don't need our money. So the quicker we'll realize that we putting a bunch of stock into nothing, because
Right.
it's not really adding any value to ourselves, because we kill each other in designer. So
Yeah, that's a
how's it
good point.
even? Mhm.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, so how is it even adding value to the person who's even buying it? Because you got a 30 shot clip on your waist with Dior's on. Like,
You made a point. I think it was on because you did Robinson on Friday. I'm gonna get to her. God
mhm,
bless her soul. You
mhm.
made a point on Thursday that when black folks really believe that they made it when they were designer, do these fools realize all you have to do to make you look like you have something is buy a pair of $29 jeans, a pair of all white Adidas, and a nice blouse from Rainbows, and you look just fine. I don't understand why you want to spend $7,000 for an outfit. That don't make no damn sense.
It's because you know coming out of poverty, it's all about not looking like you still in poverty. That's really what it boils down to, which is an impoverished mindset that we were taught by the oppressor to basically create our own persistent barriers to wealth with our mindset. So that's what they did. That's how we keep our wealth gap so far, because this is where we put a lot of our money into, and it's because we lack self-worth. If we had more self-worth, we wouldn't care about going to Walmart and shopping,
You,
because the
you
value is in me, not the clothes.
yeah, yeah. You make that segues to the next point I have. Who you feel have more or less? Who has less self-esteem? Black women, or black men,
Black
and
men.
why? I'm just curious.
Black men, because the black women that the black men get up here and blame are their sons.
Wow.
So if you're a black man on here saying what you're saying about black women, it is because those are the black women you come from. So
Like
the shit, so
yeah,
the shit that's coming out of your mouth is a reflection of what you come from,
interesting.
and
So
vice versa for black women.
black women they love using there was no daddy in the home excuse. I think, and this is my opinion,
Mhm.
if they had better mothers, they would have turned out better.
That's true.
Because I
That's
had both parents in the home. I do not get along with my mother at all. And maybe that's why I have some angst against black women. But that said, the difference with me and these guys in the places where me and you left is
mhm.
that they tried their best to assault black women verbally every chance they get. And I don't understand. This is just me now saying this. I don't understand what good that's going to do. If you're not going, I'll use my analogy. If you cannot get a woman, or let's say, if you never click with a black woman, leave them alone. That's me.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
Black women very ever check for me, so I leave them alone. I
Right.
mean, I'm not one of these dudes that I see them at the mall and I'm saying, "Yo, what's up, baby? What's up?" No, I just leave them alone. And I think more men should learn that. Agree with that?
Absolutely, especially if you know where your hurt comes from.
Yeah.
Especially if you know where your hurt comes from. Because as black men, we need time to process a lot of things. You know, with us constantly being in survival mode, we don't have time to process the hurt because it's like, come on, we got to keep going, we got to keep living, so you never really get time to process what you actually went through. And with a lot of these guys, man, like I always said, they be doing all of that cursing and all of that because that's what they want to say to their mother. That's what they want to say to their grandmother, or say to their aunts, or say to whoever hurt them. And it was a woman, you
You
know?
ever do you ever see the black community ever ever together again? You think it's on just about burnt to a crisp?
Nah. I think I'm gonna say within the next 10 years,
Yeah,
you're gonna see more black men in therapy. You're going to
fascinating.
see more black men therapists. You're going to see more black men promoting black male mental health and trying to get these boys that are in prison and coming out of prison into getting down to the nitty gritty, the shit that I've been talking about on my channel.
Did you hear
Because
what's no, go ahead. Go ahead.
be- because because that's the real conversation. Because once that's settled, all the other shit is going to come together. Because we already know black men ain't nothing. Can we curse on here, Mace?
Yeah, say what you want, bro.
Okay, I'm just asking OG. But
Okay. Say
everybody
what
know
you want.
black men are the shit. Nobody could fuck with us. And everybody wants to be us. So once we get that internal shit together, the world is ours, man. The world is ours. We're gonna be back on the throne, and our women gonna be right next to us, purring. Hmm, hmm, hmm. They're gonna be purring, bro. I'm telling you, OG, because the issue that we gotta fix within each other is the internal shit. We gotta fix the family issues, the betrayal, the disloyalty, all of the spiritual problems, all of those things, man. The money ain't the issue. Niggas got money. But why niggas spend their money in the club tricking on hoes? Because niggas got mommy issues. You want a hug from your mother. So you go in the club and get a hug from a hoe. That's
Crazy.
what this shit is, man. And
Crazy.
dudes don't want to admit it, but guess what? The more they run from it, the more female content creators pop up and put it in their face. You notice that more female content creators are popping up telling them, "Hey, we're here now. It's nothing you can do. What are you? Why do you think this is happening?" And I told this space that it was going to happen because we're running from ourselves. All we're doing is we're manifesting what we're complaining about. What was the problem? Women. And what do we see around here now? A bunch of
Women, oh
goddamn
God,
women
yeah, all over the place, man, and a lot of them are phony. I'll tell
saturated,
you, right? Yeah,
saturated with women.
yeah, yeah.
What
And
did
I
I
think
tell brothers to do back in 2019? Let's stop talking about women.
exactly.
Let's focus on us.
Yes, I totally
Because
agree
the
with that.
energy in the manosphere has always been on the men. Why you think the women were always in the shadows watching, wanting what we had? Because women follow men. Now they're in the men's space, talking man shit, telling men how to get women and how to be attractive. You see this shit?
Hey, I gotta give you some back. I gotta give you a pushback about something.
Yeah.
You said last week that and you're laughing. I don't blame you. You said last week about appearance.
Yeah.
And we're from New York. I know you don't live in New York no more. You know what's back in here, right? What's back in style here for the older dudes. You're not gonna believe this, bro.
What's the
The jerseys are back in again. The jewelry's back in again.
Wow.
The
Wow.
rock. These are men our age.
Right.
Oh no, I know you in your 30s. A little older than you, in their mid 40s to about my age, which is 56.
Yeah.
That's back in style now, no joke. And my man, shout out to Nathaniel, ask Nathaniel, he was preaching about that last week about how no one can touch New York style, and he was right. And that's back in style up here. And I want your honest opinion.
Hmm.
You think those men?
Hmm.
I'm gonna say they were born in 1977. Okay, from 1977, from 1964 to 1977. You think those men are lost? That they dress backward? Wait for sheep to get back.
Oh, my bad. I didn't know I hit the mute button. Well,
That's okay. You think those brothers are lost, but they
nah,
gone retro late 1990s again?
nah. I think
I'm glad you said that.
I don't think so. I think, man, listen. I'm the kind of guy, I don't follow trends when it's trendy. So
Exactly.
so I don't think no thing is ever out of style. Especially if you're a black guy and when you put your clothes on, you look good in them. So it don't matter. No. I
I
don't I don't
agree.
I don't think that guys are dressing out of date or whatever. I think guys are dressing according to that style and what they thought was dope at that time, and they still like it now. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just like guys my age who like to wear Jordans. A lot of the Jordans that we wear and we like was shit that we wore in the fifth grade.
There you go.
You
There you
know,
go.
those
Yeah,
shits
I
came
agree.
out
I
when we was in
agree.
elementary school.
I
So
agree.
how could we
Because
say that about
because
y'all? You know?
because I'm the guy that I'm gonna go a little deep here because I
Mhm,
live this life every day. So I'll come out and say I'm not ashamed to say.
mhm,
I'm the guy that uh if if women ain't checking for you, why should you waste $1,000 on a suit to impress? You get what I'm saying?
right.
You feel me?
Mhm,
I mean, these dudes are buying suits, and God bless his soul. When Samuels was alive, let's say 2 years ago, you
mhm,
saw these copycats start wearing suits. And where did it get them? Nowhere. I'm a big believer, sheep, that you have to be yourself. You
mhm,
cannot be someone that you're not. You cannot be somebody when you're trying to impress the masses and you're not feeling good about yourself. You know what
mhm.
I'm saying? I'm a guy that I am who I am. I'm not gonna act pretend for anybody. And I think one of the problems with our people, and I think it's sad, and this is a big thing what I'm about to say, and I think you're gonna sign off on this. A lot, I would say, a good percentage of us, male and females, rather be anyone but who they are. You agree with that?
Totally, man. Wow. And before I jump off, I definitely want to get you on, man. I want to get
Appreciate
you
that.
on my show. I started a new show for members only. So I definitely want to get you on, man, and we could just sit down and chop it up, man. I definitely want to sit down and chop it up with you, OG. So definitely I'm gonna leave my email in the back chat
I
and
appreciate that,
just
man.
email me and we could set it up as soon as possible.
Yeah, man. Toya enjoyed it. She was in the audience. She was in the chat. She enjoyed it.
Hey Toya.
Yeah,
But
so
definitely I think that that is the number one issue. The first value is spiritual value.
great.
And spiritual value gives you an identity. That is where your identity lies. So for you not to want to be yourself is you're dealing with an identity issue. And our people are definitely, that's our
It's,
number one problem.
it's sad, isn't it?
Yeah. We can't
It really is.
identify the problem because we can't identify ourselves.
I mean, why would you want to act out in front of people who look at you not only as a race trader, but look at you as a damn fool that you sell out your own? just to please someone, another group of people who don't want you in their community anyway.
I think too, a lot of times, OG, that comes from a lot of us are uneducated on the magnitude of of hatred that black people have received since we've been on this goddamn planet with other people.
It's unbelievable that these, I'm going to say it's the younger millennials and the zillennial crowd that really believe that racism don't exist. I remember a young woman told me a decade ago, and I couldn't believe this came out of her mouth. She said to me, she said, "Old man, get over slavery. Slavery never happened anyway."
Hmm.
And I just looked at her sideways, like I said, "The master got you trained, girl. The white man got you so trained. It's sad." I will watch you today from the sidelines. I'll peek into your channel, but I
Yes,
will
sir.
definitely be in your studio, be in your chat tomorrow, man. You have a great show, man. Appreciate you. Thank you for your
Pre-
time.
no doubt, OG. I
We
appreciate
gotta do
you,
more
man.
of this, bro.
Yeah, I left my email in the private chat,
I
so
appreciate that.
hit
Yeah,
me up
I'll get that.
anytime and I'm gonna respond.
I appreciate you, man. And also thank you for every time I email you and hit you up on how great of a job you done on your platforms, man. You done a phenomenal job, bro.
Appreciate it, man. I appreciate
Appreciate
it.
you, man. Thank you very
Salute.
much.
Can't wait to
Salute,
hear
man.
from you, man.
Always good to hear from you, man. Oh, one more thing. I'm gonna
Yes,
be special guest on Grinder tonight, 10:35, man.
I'll be over there.
I
Yes, sir.
appreciate you, man. You have a
All right.
great day, great show, man.
You
The
too.
great DS1, everybody. Sleep, stay, sleep, TV. What a pleasure having him up here, bro. Wow. All right, let's get to the soccer game. USA and Wales. Toya, we love you. Everybody, we love you. Thank you for peeking in the clouds. Had to have that talk with that great man. All right, no score Wales and USA. Up here for the game. After that, I'm taking a break. Then I'll be back tonight. Bucks and the Trailblazers, Cavaliers, and the Hawks. Lakers are on fire right now as they won 3 in a row. Anthony Davis, aka the Ruffles man, is beginning to show leadership. Why that franchise paid so much money to get him. So, you Laker fans, slowly but surely, you're getting back into the hunt. Uh, Watching this USA game. USA is in all white. Wales is in red. England was very impressive today. They smashed Iran today. So England win today, and USA is playing right now. Let me get back to the what I said before. Let me get back to the football, and hit that like button as you leave the clouds. Let me get back to the football. Uh, I was saying, notice DS1 was in the chat. Brought him up here. Gave me a great 20 minutes. I couldn't appreciate it more. Wales barely plays in the World Cup. Interesting. Yeah. Italy just missed the third World Cup in a row, bro. They haven't been to the World Cup since 2010. Hey, come up, man. Come on out, faster. I just had to talk to DS1, man. I always wanted to catch him and talk to him. And I finally he came in. I say, hey, I gotta talk to you for a couple of minutes. Awesome stuff, man. Yeah, come on up, faster. We can talk soccer up here, or in your case, football. Fasting for Life will be up here in a second. USA just started 13 and a half minutes into the game. Are USA, England on Friday morning. I'll have it live up here. Whale jerseys in the crowd. Fasting says that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us. Luke 171 KJVAAE. Okay. I do agree with that. Here he is, one of my favorite people in the world. Every time I get a chance to talk to him, I do. Great to have Fasting is life up here. Afternoon, for your case. Good evening, sir. How are you? You still in the motherland? Or are you back here in Texas?
Oh, I'm back. I've been back in Texas. How you
Okay.
doing, Mace?
I'm
Great to
good,
see you in
man.
good
Happy.
health, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you, man. It's been a while, right?
Been a while. Work,
Been a while. God's great,
everything,
man.
paying taxes.
And that's it, bro.
That's.
I have my taxes ready New Year's Day.
Hey, I'm finding out the more money you make, the more taxes they cut. It's
Oh yeah.
ridiculous, bro. Ridiculous. It's not fair.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
man. Yeah,
Not.
man. It's been a hot minute since I spoke to you up here, man. How you doing? Everything good?
I'm doing great. I'm surprised I called DS1 up on the panel. It was interesting,
Well,
and
one of the reasons
you know.
he came up here because he knows that
Mm,
I basically, for like the last 9 months, I've been on his in his chat room almost every day.
mm,
So he threw me a bone.
mm.
I
And
appreciate
he's
that.
shadow banned too because for like forever, like I never get any notification from him. So I know he's shadow banned because I don't. I get notification from you, but I don't get notification from him. So I know he's shadow banned. Oh
So
yeah,
that's how it is when you don't
yeah.
get notifications from somebody that person's been
Shadow.
shadow banned.
He'll like if someone is going live and you don't get a notification, and by the time you get the notification, you go there, it's already over.
That's DJ Cooler for me.
Yeah, they do that to him. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah,
That's great.
that's the whole point. When you speak something that goes against what's becoming more normalized or against the quote unquote mainstream, they have to silence you. It doesn't matter what subject it is, because in the mindset is anything that goes against our agenda, you have to be silenced. So yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, yeah.
And I know since you're a sports channel, I'm sure you touched on the whole Kyrie Irving, and I saw today what's his name, something Brown,
Yeah.
where he's also getting attacked because he reposted a march that a all Israel it was the Israelites united in Christ.
Yeah.
So they were purple
Yeah. You're in and out fasting.
at the stadium,
Yeah.
and he reshared the video. He said energy, right?
Yeah. Fasting is in and out.
What do you call them? These
It's driving.
the anti-Semitic. So and then he had to backtrack. He's like, oh, I thought those people were part of the Greek sorority that I'm part of, and then he posted a picture of the sorority that he's part of. They were purple also, and people are they clowning. They say, "Yeah, right. You think he's slick?" So they tried to get him also to be suspended.
Wow.
It's crazy. But my mate, wasn't this stuff? Did we have a conversation about this a few months back? Remember?
Yes, we did.
Isn't it interesting that it's unfolding right? What did I say? Hmm?
Yeah.
This
You
is
did
only the
say it up
beginning.
here. Yeah.
And
You
and,
did say
and
it.
mates, remember
Mhm.
what I told you, right? See, those people who are flagging our brothers and saying, "Oh, you guys are just hijacking," they will never come and say, "Oh, you were if your people were taken from Africa, That's what the real Israel is, right? Because according to the Bible, right, it says God's land is what? It's full of rivers. It's full of exotic animals, and all the riches of the world resides there, and all the nations envy that land, and everybody wants to take it. Show me a land that match that description. It's not going to be in Asia. It's not going to be in the West. It's not going to be in Europe. It's not going to be Australia. Where's the place that's left that's going to be where you're going to find such things? You see, Central Africa. That's where you're going to find it. But see, they will never come and say why, because they have to keep people from looking at the Middle East. But that's not where things are. It's a lie. You don't see the UN massacring, like, killing people in Palestine over there to get the resources of the land. It's a desert.
Yeah.
It's a country of rocks. They have nothing.
Yeah.
America, if it wasn't for America sending over $10 billion a year, I think what the budget went what another 5 or 6 billion, sending money every year to basically run Israel. You know, my mom is cooking over there, so you can hear the smoke.
Yeah, I hear it.
Yeah. So to me, I'm saying if America wasn't giving them money, they wouldn't have the power that they have. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. And then this alarm system, the way they set it up now is if somebody's cooking in the kitchen and the alarm goes off, it's no longer just going to be in the kitchen. It's going to be everywhere. I'm in my room right now, and then every alarm in the house is ringing because somebody's burning in the kitchen.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think what's going on right now is prophecy beginning to play out. And I do buy fasting, but we're in the last days. You agree with that?
Oh, yes, 100%. We are in the last days. But it's the last days, not for us, but for the rest of the world, because ours is just beginning. Because you have to, the passage in the Bible says, "You shall no longer be the tail, but the head, and those who were the head will be the tail." Right? The reverse. We are in a reversal, a changing of guard, and just like in the book of Daniel's, when the Persians Empire, when it was their times up in the spiritual realm, their guardian angel didn't want to give power, so the Most High had to send Michael and Gabriel to go beat his ass to basically allow the Grecian angel to take over. So the war starts in the spiritual realm. So if in the spiritual realm an empire's guardian angel loses power, it will manifest in the spirit, and then the ones that comes next, he will take over. And that's what's happening. See, they want people to focus more on the physical, the whole thing about racism and all that. It's beyond racism. It's a spiritual war, the war of the gods, like they put it in your movies right in your face. There's a TV show, I don't know if you heard of it, called American Gods. I don't know if you ever heard of it. American Gods. You should check it out. It's very interesting.
Yeah, I will. I'll definitely check that out. Hey, come up here, bro. Eric, come up here for a minute. Link is right there, bro. All you do is click it, family. Come up for a minute.
Yeah. Oh, and Mace, now to mention, since we're talking about soccer, the reason why I'm boycotting the World Cup is because FIFA, the soccer organization, they support a country called Rwanda, and Rwanda has been oppressing. It's a small country, but they're being used by the powers that be, the West, and all of them, to literally be a proxy uh, enemy to oppress us in the east of Congo, so that they can steal all the resources. So they had this propaganda called "Visit Rwanda." Now check this out, Explanation. I'm gonna explain to you because I know a lot of people that they usually don't talk about it. So what will happen is when you have foreigners, people from other countries going to Central Africa or to Rwanda to visit, they'll tell you, oh, where the gorillas are, or this park, this beautiful place, it's in Rwanda. But it's actually a lie because those territories Rwanda is literally occupying. So the best way to explain to you how you can understand is imagine the Russia, I won't say Russia. Let's say Canada because it's next to America. Canada literally stole New York State, right?
Yeah.
Some parts of New York State, and then New York City becomes their property. So when someone comes from France and comes to New York, he's oh, what a beautiful city, New York. He'll be like New York State. They say, yeah, it's Canada, and you see all Canada flags in New York, but it's not Canada. It's the United States of America. But the whole world is, oh no, that's Canada, that's Canada. So when FIFA they visit Rwanda, they're in agreement with them against us. But like I say, they're not gonna mention. You just see someone wearing a soccer player wearing "Visit Rwanda" as one of the commercials or whatever. But people don't even understand. I even had some people that I know personally who went to Rwanda thinking that they're going to see the gorillas, seeing nature, that it's Rwanda. And, I'm like, bro, that's my
Eric, you there?
country. But like I say, a lie is worth, money. So
I hear you, man. Eric, you there?
Yeah, what up, Mace?
Hey, I want to say this to you, man. I appreciate the kind words you said to me yesterday or Saturday night, bro. But here's the bottom line, man. From all of us who's in this room, I'm talking about who's here every day. Our hearts go to you, man.
Thanks, Mace. I appreciate it. Salute chat. Salute Toya the Texans. Yeah, thanks, Mace. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, man. How you holding up, man?
Still, I'm in good spirits now, but yeah, I'm just worried about my family. And then, somebody shout out to somebody in the chat. I think one of the traveling vlogs, he's like, yeah, the grief stages. So people reach out to me, yeah, just yeah, a little upset, mixed with upset with sadness and grief. And I'm trying to fight it though. A lot of the elders and OGs are like, yeah, man, he lived a good life, and you got to move on to life. But yeah, man, it's like you see somebody the next day, they're not here, man. So, and my condolences to what's her name, Shaquila, the sister that was killed in
Yeah, that was
Mexico.
horrible, man. That was
Yeah,
horrible.
and salute to JD Black and I think Ed Anderson, they mentioned that Jason David Frank, aka the Green Ranger, he passed away, committed suicide. So my condolences to his family, his loved ones, man. Yeah, I wouldn't say he's a childhood hero, but somebody I admired, man. He was a good role model. So yeah, just rest in peace. But yeah, man, Pete is just death, man. But thanks, Mace. Thanks again for that, man. Because I appreciate that, man. You're an OG, so you live by a certain code, man. So I appreciate that.
I lost my dad 18 years ago. I've never been the same.
I'm sorry to hear that, man.
I was close to my father, so
yeah, same here. Yeah.
So I know the feeling, man. My heart goes out to you, bro.
Thanks, Mace. I appreciate it, man.
I appreciate you always, man.
Yeah, man. So thanks for letting me talk, Mace. I'm gonna get back to handling business, man. But I'm gonna try to check up, man, because you've been showing me love. Just just got some stuff to take care of, matters to take care of.
Take care of your business, man. I'll be up tonight.
But Bates though, got love for you, love you, bro.
Love you too, man.
All right, OG, peace away.
Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, bro. Eric Bird and another guy who usually comes up here. Fasting both lost their fathers last week, so. Yeah, you were saying about Wakanda, so I get what you're saying. What you're saying is they told people to come to Wakanda thinking they're going to go see nature for what it really is.
Oh, Wanda.
Wanda. They want to see Wanda, thinking it's all this magical place, but everything else is in a different place. They're just taking their money.
Yeah, because Wanda has nothing. It's basically there is a natural border where there is a mountain of hills that separate us from them. Their land is not fruitful. They have nothing, so they're profiting, by being helped by the U.S., the UN, and all of them They're giving them weapons. And then they use rebels, to infiltrate our country. So it's like they're allowed to have weapons to kill us, but when our government tried to get weapons, they say, "Oh, you guys are under embargo." Embargo is basically like a strike where you can buy weapons. America can sell you weapons, and you can buy from anybody else. And that country that will sell it to you, they're gonna receive us on embargo. So they basically put us in a tight situation. And I've been to many spaces, and people will talk about this. Say, well, I understand. The diaspora, sometimes they're clueless what's going on in Africa. This is what I always tell them. Say, do you want to know why back in the day when Malcolm X was trying to reach out to Africa, and he understood when he made that trip to Mecca and stuff like that, and he actually got to experience, being a traveling bro, one of the original passport bros. He realized that Africa was having its fights of its own, that the people in the diaspora had no clue whatsoever. So sometimes in some of the diaspora mind, they're like, well, we were here fighting, going through all this. Why didn't our people come and help us? Because they got the biggest fork over there, for so how many long, even colonization and stuff like that. It's like there is some on both ends we are being oppressed, and they always use people who look like us to do the dirty job, because one is they're Africans. But I don't want to get more into the detail because what tends to happen is when you start talking about these things, especially in Africa, because we want to be united as one, but the problem is there are old ancient hatred that existed in Africa thousands of years before we were born, and it's still here. The problem is one group of people are clueless of that hatred. They're clueless about that war that's always there for a reason, because there's like a built-up hatred towards a particular group of people in Africa. So, but like I was saying, I don't want to get too deep on the far end. I want to focus in more, in kind of some of the topics you talked earlier. Basically, there are things that are happening that they will not want you to know, but the things that are useless, they want you to have your eyes on it, because that's the direction they want to mislead the people where they should be looking somewhere else. But it's all coming full circle. Everything they've done, it's gonna go back to them. And I know a lot of Christians, they hate this. The Bible says what? If you kill by the sword, you will die by the sword. If you sold people, you shall be sold too. So I know people want to say, oh, God is forgiving. Guess what? If you spend 1,000 years selling people, murdering, pillaging them, having a good life, enjoying, what do you think is going to happen to your descendants? You think they're just going to go free? Like, oh, we forgive you. Everything is going away. That's not how the God of the Bible works. But see, they taught another God, because the God of the Bible says, it says, those people who do this, it said, the nation that will do this to my people, they will be slaves, their slave forever. That's in the Bible. I didn't say it. The God of the Bible said it. But see, the church will not teach that. They will teach you about forgiveness. When the God of the Bible says, there's a group of people that I will not forgive, the people who are enslaved for my people, for they're gonna go beyond what I will allow them, and they will suffer the worst. So we'll just wait and see. It's crazy. Yeah. I see Mace is having a nice nap, plat nap. Plat nap during the afternoon. hmm Shout out to Mace. He works very hard.
You know, I look at the just the whole dynamic of all this. It's insane, bro. That's why I was talking to yes, one a little bit. Glad I called him in here. I think especially black men, They are so clueless in what's about to happen. They just don't get it. They
No,
don't get it and they don't care. I'm talking especially
no,
American guys.
yes, because they are westernized. There's a passage in the Bible where it said, "I've sent prophets,
What's up, cool
and you
gent?
you have killed them." And the prophets was basically said, they say, "Don't follow those people. Don't follow their ways. You're not gonna profit nothing. The more you follow them, the more you be the slave." And the people says, "We don't care. We wanna live like them. Their way of life is fun. And we're gonna kill you because you're trying to tell us not to do what we want." I'm just paraphrasing. So it's nothing new. It's nothing new. But I always say don't focus on the majority because even in their own books it says 98% of mankind are slaves anyway. So only the 2% who actually hear that voice, they will do what they could. And Mason, remember I told you, I say that the seers and people from back home, those who
Yeah.
can see, they said they see a famine coming, and what they see is they see the West collapsing, and the whole thing with Putin was already signed. So they were basically telling to some of our diasporans, they say, for those of you bana bilaka, so bana means children. It says bilaka means children of the promise. So they basically say the children of the promise who are going to do the diasporas, heed to our words, do whatever necessary to establish yourself back in your homeland within 5 years.
Yeah, I
It says
remember that.
because in 5 years, a lot of you, if you stay in those lands, you're gonna be locked up. You won't be able to get out. And then it says a lot of people, even Europeans, are really trying to go to Africa, but they can't. Basically, there's gonna be like a spiritual blockage where the same thing that you see in Africa, like Africans trying to go to Europe and dying in waters, getting
Yeah.
shut down by border, it's gonna reverse because Europe doesn't grow anything. They have nothing. Their land is unfertile.
Yeah.
So imagine a disaster like a hurricane or something that washes off two-thirds of Europe, underwater. When the water recedes, what are you gonna have left? Nothing. How you gonna be able to survive? The land, you can't grow nothing, and the animals.
USA.
It says the two-thirds of the fish in the sea will die.
Yeah,
So
it's
we're
true.
coming to a time people better listen. I keep telling people, 5 years is a long time to
Sure
prepare.
is. And this is still early 2020s. CG87, what's up, family? How you been?
What's up, cool
What's going
gents?
on? What's going on, brother Mace? What's going on, brother Fasting's life? How y'all doing?
We're good, man. Good to
Awesome.
see you. Good to hear from you. It's been
Yeah,
a hot
man.
minute. I know you've been
Yes,
busy.
man. Yeah, I've been out the way for a little bit though, man. You know how life is though, but I get on here from time to time, stuff like this. So I gotta say, yeah, there's some good talking with Fasting Life is saying about the word, and he's absolutely right. I'm gonna tell you, even from where I'm from, Memphis, the Mississippi River. I'm pretty sure you all heard about, like in the areas it's dried up, like you can go under the bridge, Memphis, walk
Yes.
across it without drowning. Because I
Yeah,
think
yeah, Memphis. Yeah, that bridge with the pyramid. You talk about that one,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in Memphis. Yeah. The M, you can walk across and go straight to Arkansas, man. So I was thinking about the Euphrates River and stuff, how all this like connected and stuff, man. And so we're like in a time, I keep saying this so many times, man. Like we're in that time period. I believe 2023 is gonna be when all hell breaks loose, man. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? I truly, truly, truly believe that. And people don't really realize it because, like, I was thinking about something I read about how God's going to send a strong delusion. And we're seeing it right now with so many people. It's like they're so dead, man. Like they have no life inside of them. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to heed the truth, hear it. They don't want to take heed to none of it until it actually happened, though, man. Like right now, this is the time to get on the boat of Noah, get on Noah's ark right now. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna be a lot of people who wish they did though, man. I mean, it's all right there. They show the message stuff on TV,
Yeah.
everything. You know what I'm saying? It's like right there in our face and stuff. But you know what I'm saying? People just wait to the last minute though, man. Like you got what is it, Illinois? They already passed the so-called crime bill, if you want to say, but the purge. I told someone years ago, and someone said it before I did, this is going to happen. So now all the states and legislators gonna get together. They're gonna agree with like, oh, it's gonna happen like every 2 to 3 months or whatever though for this purge. It's to take a lot of people out though, man. Like they really don't understand it though, man. I'm telling you. And
And
now I see why.
I just asked DS1. I had DS1 up here like 15 minutes ago, and I asked him about that, about how clueless black men, especially, are that our enemies are just waiting in the weeds to take us out, bro.
Oh yeah, they're gonna do more of that too. Guess what? And shout out to the Crimson Security too. She did a powerful stream, man. It was one at the time with the Beyonce, but she was talking about she talks about the biology, cultural, and the environment. So the environment is what they're gonna attack next, though. You know what I'm saying? The laws of the land. I told somebody that years ago. It's been happening in front of my face. Like, you know about The Walking Dead?
Yeah.
Well, it's gonna be like The Walking Dead. People took the juice or whatever. They can press any type of button, man. Like I said, make you possess you, whatever. We have no idea, man. And the influence right now, you know what I'm saying, the musical stuff, you know what I'm saying, aka casting spells on you, what you watch, all this stuff, man. And it's all connected to where, like, okay, now we're ready. The stage is set. You know, everything can happen. You know what I'm saying, the food and stuff, and also like it's like even speaking the truth. Like I get on what's it, TikTok, whatever though, man. Got my video shut down because like I was speaking some truth though, man. But hey, that's what happens though, man. When you stand by the word. So it's gonna be a time, like I said, gonna try to take people's Bibles, take the word and stuff, man. People gonna be looking for the word. People like myself, fasting, and others who are speaking the truth. They're like, man, what I'm doing is they're speaking the truth. You ain't gonna be able to find them no more. All the GMS brothers are gonna be taking out the streets. They're gonna be gone, man. They're gonna be gone, man. Like, man, and these churches ain't even talking about stuff like this. What's about to come? All they care about is getting their book. That's all they care about.
It's the whole thing is it's witchcraft. There is a passage I'm posting in the chat where in the book of Revelation, let me see, Revelation 18 verse 23. You guys can read it because I think it's kind of long, so I can't post it. But basically, it says talking about America, because I know people try to say, well, there's no America in the Bible. The Bible calls it Little Babylon. It says, and the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee, which reference electricity. There will be no more electricity. And the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. Talking about marriage. And what are they doing with marriage? They're killing it, right? So it's talking about a process of destruction. Watch this. It says, for thy merchants were the great men of the earth who run merchandise, who run the world of commerce. Wink, 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 small hats. Watch this. For by thy sorceries, pharmakia, were all nations deceived. So it's not because they're the most powerful country in the world. You know what makes them powerful? It's not because of the military. It's witchcraft.
It's witchcraft.
They've tricked the whole world to think they're strong, but they're not strong at all. So the Bible is telling you they use witchcraft to make you be scared of them. They have no power. And God is going to make them naked. That's why it's showing you that the witchcraft is falling apart, that it's not working no more.
It's not working no more. Deceiving the nation, trying to put what they want to put in front of us, and people actually finding out the truth. That's why they blocking a lot of stuff, though, man. You know what I'm saying? What we post. You're right, man. You're absolutely right, man. Thank you for posting that scripture. I gotta post it now on my community tab.
Yeah, a lot of people like, I always say you can read the scriptures, but in that moment in time, it may not click unless someone pointed that to you, because it says sorcery. Right? You're not going to see witchcraft per se. I mean, there are some passages, but when you go in the Greek, it says pharmakia. And what is America known for? Drugs.
Yep.
That's why, as a black men need to stay away from weed. I know some of our Jamaican brothers, they say, the herb is from the earth. No, remember, they're deceivers. They've destroyed the earth. They're not going to give you the authentic stuff. Besides, you don't need a plant to connect to your creator. The spirit is already within you. You just have to there are
You
certain
guys
rituals you have to
talking,
do.
man.
You don't need a secondary substance to get you there. So and they know it too. Why do you think that? Because they smoke weed. It's normal for them. And they even goes, why do they promote particularly herbal marijuana to our people? Because they know
Yeah.
it does something to us in the
Mm-hmm.
body. It affects us a certain way. So they gotta give it to you.
Yep.
That's what the scripture says. Be sober minded. It's a big verse. Be sober minded. What does it mean to be sober? It's a lot of things.
Mm-hmm. It's facts though, man. And I think about 2/3 of our people is going to be destroyed. I think it's more of the women though, because a lot of them are so very delusional, going down a very dark path, man, like to the point of no return. So I really see a big exodus here, like especially with a lot of men, the ones that are woke and truth, and they not dealing with this no more. So when these other nations come and invade us, though, man, that's gonna be it right there. They're gonna wish they kept it. And I keep reading this to sisters, so I know they hate. I know they don't like this scripture. It's Isaiah chapter 4 verse 1. How it talks about there's gonna be 7 women to 1.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How they have their own apparel and bread and stuff. You know what I'm saying? They want their name to be approached. So basically, like I said, them days are coming though, man. And it's really already here, though. I can see it. I see a lot more women, man, homeless. Like really a lot of them. When they talk about the eviction rate and stuff, a lot of black. It really is. It really, really, really is though.
And you know what? It's interesting because I've heard some Hebrew Israelite groups, like some people are for polygamy, against polygamy, but they have to read the verse in the Bible where it says that everything is gonna go back the way your ancestors were.
Oh yeah, going
Our
back to the basics.
ancestors have multiple wives. Yes, it was part of our culture. The reason why they gave us monogamy was for population control. And that's another thing where I understand why the Hoteps, when they attack our people who hold on to the Bible, because they don't understand the Bible has a lot of mixed stuff, because they say, since Jesus came, we only are allowed to have one wife. Well, that's what they told you. It's like our ancestors, even if you go back in the Old Testament, most of them have multiple wives. He's like, we had a process.
Yeah. That's true. Population control, though, man. You know what I'm saying? That's something that they don't teach in these churches, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't even want to talk about certain scriptures in the Bible and stuff, man. It's a lot of verses they don't talk about, man. But yeah, we're talking about it right now. So yeah, bro, it's just time. It's just really time, man. Time to wake up.
It's gonna happen. Like, in my channel, I've been posting a brother that I work with. He's one of my partners. I've shifted more into the spiritual aspect, learning the ways of the ancestors. And another thing, they lie in Christianity, talk about contacting the spirits. They tell you, oh, it's necromancy. Our people never practice necromancy. Necromancy is basically you contacting a spirit to reanimate a dead body. That's not how it works. We believe that when you die, it's your body that's dying, but your spirit always existed because you were made from the beginning. You come on this earth wearing a body to accomplish a certain mission, and then when you go back to reports. So, like in an example, in the Black Panther, they call it the ancestral plane, right? But in our culture, we call it the heavens, or the realm of the gods. So what happened is, when your spirit goes back, you can the decision of the elders. And it's, what's interesting also, the word ancestor is synonymous with the word father. That's why when you read in the scripture, it says, remember your fathers, they did this, they did that. They say, oh, this person died and was buried, and he was gathered unto his fathers. So if someone is like, it says Abraham died and was gathered unto his fathers. Okay, wait a minute. If the dead are dead and they just buried Abraham, why does it say that Abraham was gathered unto his fathers? It's talk about the ancestral plane. Literally, the Bible is telling you that we don't die. We go somewhere, right? And we had a ritual how we could connect to them. But what did the Europeans do? And our enemies,
back,
they
boys.
cut
Keep
us.
talking.
Yeah, they cut us from contacting them. That's why in the West, when we have our people who lost their identity, It's because they stopped practicing the. That's why I don't know if you can hear me. Someone just tried to call me. So they stopped practicing the ancient path. That's why they don't have a sense of who they are because they're not connecting to their fathers no more. You know, connection is very important. You know,
Yeah, it is. It is though, man.
it is very important. So the when I explain to people, the Bible talks about contacting the dead, and people don't even understand what that is. That's what the nations practice. I ask people, think about it. In America, because this is where we are. Why, if the dead are dead, why do we uphold the Constitution? Why do they uphold the founding fathers? Why do they uphold or reference dead presidents? See, he did this during the Great Britain. He did. Isn't that ancestral worship? You're praising someone who's been dead, but you're worshiping what he did, his accomplishment. But if you, a black man, quote unquote, NIGGA, if you do that, oh, it's against the word of God. It's against Jesus. It's a sin. But they do it every day. You see it in their rituals on TV, inauguration, holiday celebration, like Thanksgiving, right? You're gonna have Native Americans, black people celebrating their own demise, which is Thanksgiving. When
Thanksgiving.
they listen
Call
to
it
this
Thanksgiving.
phrase, it says Thanksgiving. Who are they thanking? When they say, "Oh, we thank God for this great nation," who are they thanking? Because they're thanking whatever God gave them the power to take over this land. How did they do it? How did they become great? So if they're thanking them, but and then you are quote unquote the children of the victim, and you're celebrating that holiday, you basically going against your ancestors because they die under this celebration. You know that's why it says, when you don't know something, you're just gonna do whatever you want because you don't know. When I find out what Thanksgiving was, I don't celebrate it. I, it doesn't mean that when I eat, I'm not eating under the holiday because I eat every day. Per se, everybody eats, but I'm not gonna participate in a holiday that I know was responsible for the death, murder of not only the Native Americans but also the enslavement of our brothers who were brought here. But like I say, if you go and talk to any typical black person today, tomorrow, and Thanksgiving, you know what they're gonna call you? Oh, go away! Give them that nonsense. I'm doing this for family. You're gonna be attacked. I'm telling you, they're gonna attack you. They will
They
attack
keep
you.
all that stuff. Nobody care about all that pagan holidays and stuff, man. We already know about it, especially in this generation. So that's why a lot of the people are waking up.
Yeah.
Some people don't want to listen to it, man. I'm like, yo, I mean, this is where we at right now. We ain't supposed to be celebrating none of that stuff, man. We just been deceived by this nation. But what's the word? Hosea, my people perish for
For like
knowledge.
another. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee and thy children. And you shall be
Yep.
no more high priest unto me. And notice it says high priest. Why? Because the Levites were in charge to educate the people. So if the Most High reject the people who were given the secrets on how to connect to him, guess what will happen to the rest of the tribes? They're finished.
Yeah.
And people don't even realize that the quote unquote the Levites are still in Africa. Because remember, what did the Most High say? It says, I will leave a remnant to keep the practices of the land, so that I will not fully remove my people. I'm gonna leave what? Benjamin, Judah, and Levi, right? So if quote unquote the diaspora were taken from Central Africa, Angola, Congo, Gabon, all those area, and they were brought over here, don't they realize that if they want to connect to the Levites, they have to go back there? But see, they're telling you go to Palestine. We have nothing to do with Palestine. Even some of our ancestors, roam over there, because we went everywhere. We weren't just in Egypt, we were everywhere. But this idea that that's the promised land is a wrong idea, because if you go right now in Genesis 13, verse 1, it literally tells you, it says, Abraham got out of Egypt, he, Lot, and his whole family into the south. Now, if you know geography, if you're in Egypt, right, Upper Egypt, and you're going south, where are you going? Because when you go down in that chapter, it tells you that him and Lot split apart, and Lot went to Sodom, right? Which tells you Sodom is in Africa. It's not over there in the Middle East. It says the Most High brought Abraham into a land that was green, pasture, and everything. And the Most High told him, look around you. He said, look north, east, west, south. All this land that you see, I'm giving it to you and to your children forever. And where is that land located? The land of Canaan. Where was Canaan? Africa. Who was Canaan the son of? The son of Ham. But they will tell you Canaan is what? Saudi Arabia and Israel, Jordan. Yeah. No, that's a lie. It was always in Africa. There's no history of slaves taken in large number from Palestine and sold all over the earth. Nowhere. But what did Deuteronomy 28 say? It says, you shall be sold unto your enemies they're gonna remove you out of your land and sell you. They're gonna sell you to the four corners.
Yeah.
There is no history of millions of people that are quote unquote Israelites taken from Palestine and sold all over. They were taken from Africa. So when people say Israel, it's not Palestine. It's Central Africa. It was also called Ethiopia because Ethiopia means land of the blacks. The Arabs, they called us Al-Sudani, which means the black people. That's why if you listen to Arabs speak Sudan. It's not really a derogatory word, but if you understand the language, it's like a bad way to call them Negroes over there, you know, because they always label us, right? They always label us.
And them niggas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you start reading some French, like King Leopold, his letter to missionaries, he literally says, you will teach these niggas to call you fathers. Don't teach them to respect their parents. Teach them to respect you. And he says, even their old men, teach them to call you father. Treat them like little children, because Jesus said, you need to come to me as little children. That's why you will see like old people bow down to you're going to have a young priest talking to an elder, somebody in his 80s, and the 80s man calling the priest father. You see how the programming works? Go to a Catholic church or Protestant. What do the people call the priest? Father. Abbé, it means father. It's the program, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know when you know the truth and you're trying to tell people, nobody listens to you anyway.
You know, fasting. This is why me and you get along well. What you just said a second ago, I never heard anyone put it better than what you just did. I never thought about that. Yeah, you're right. Because you look at the reverends in the black culture, right, in the United States. What are they called? Pastor. Well, everybody else, they're called father. Make an excellent point, bro.
Yeah, it's part of the programming.
Yeah. My question is, why with American blacks that their preachers like Reverend Jakes are called pastors and reverends and not fathers? Curious.
Because it was a new movement. Because when you look at the word reverend, it's talk about someone who gets revelation. But the sad truth is, none of them are. They shouldn't even call themselves reverends because they're not connected to the most. The Most High doesn't know them. I'm sorry. They have here's another secret. This is what some of the things I've learned in the last few months. The Creator who made us, the Most High, he's a very secretive person. He don't want people to find out. What did they say? The silent person in the room is the most deadly, right?
That
The
is
loudest
true.
one is the weaker
The
one.
Yes.
He
Satan.
works. He works.
They
Uh-huh.
want to be seen and heard.
Yeah.
He works.
Satan.
He works in secret though. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? He works in secret though. You know what I'm saying? That's why you're supposed to pray secretly. Even when you like, you know what I'm saying, you try to do like good things though, but you do it in secret. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because he will reward you in secret though.
Uh-huh. And here's another thing, right? Darkness, right? They've made darkness into a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
But go back to Genesis. What came before the light?
Darkness.
And
Darkness.
what does it say? It says what? And the spirit of
Darkness.
God moved above the waters. So what
Mhm.
was the spirit of God doing in darkness above the waters if there was no light? How could he see? How could he and what did it say? It says, and it said, let there be light. So watch this.
Mhm.
If light was created at a certain point, what was before light?
Darkness. And it's true. It's
So,
true.
but who is the angel who is worshipped as the light of the world?
Satan. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Is see?
Yep.
And then it says what? In the book of Job, it says, I hid myself in darkness. That's where all my treasures lies. Where do you find diamonds? You don't see any lights. You don't see any open. If you want to hide your money, do you live in the open where everybody can see, or do you go in darkness to hide it? In a box, in a safe box. Is there light in your safe box, or is it darkness?
You're right. Check this out. Just to add on what you're saying, though. Book of Psalms, chapter 91, it reads, "Those who live in the shadow of the Most High will find what? Yes, in the
Ah!
shadow of the Almighty." Boom.
Wow, that's a great verse. You see what it just said? It says those what?
Yeah.
In the
Yep. In the shadow
shadow.
of the. Mm-hmm.
So what I
Yep.
explain to people is the light of the Most High and the darkness of the Most High is not the same as the light of Lucifer and his darkness. He's just a copycat.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea
Satan.
of making darkness as a bad thing, they don't understand which kind of darkness is bad
Facts.
and which kind of darkness is right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But like I say,
What?
me talking like this, a Christian will call me, "You are the devil.
Sure
You
would.
must be
You're right.
excommunicated from our church. You
I
are
Yes.
a
call
demon."
myself. I just call myself a child of God because God looks at the heart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm his servant. That's why I look at all these titles. So he cares about the heart. So I was thinking about this too. He says, "No, where two or more gather my name, there I will be." Boom, right here. Is that not what we're doing?
Mm-hmm.
Two or more, right now. So people really don't really just read, man. That really like because the Bible's awesome, man. It's one of the greatest books ever, though.
Yes.
But you know, people say, "Well, man, written the Bible, though." Well, you believe a cookbook, right? You
Mm-hmm.
the recipes and stuff. So you want to live right for God, live holy. I mean, you got to follow this word, man. But they won't understand it though, man. Because like I said,
Yeah.
they're not applying the word to their life and stuff, man. You know, I still gotta do more of this too, though. Because sometimes like I don't always read, but I do know the word, man. So,
Mm-hmm.
so
Remember, the spirit in you will show you what was added in the Bible and what was removed. I'll tell people, if you start reading the New Testament, like don't read it don't read it like your pastor told you. Just read it as a lecture and pay attention to the language, right? You will notice there's two Jesus. There is one Jesus who always refers to Moses and the prophets, and he gives praises to his father. And you're gonna have another Jesus that boasts about himself. He says, "I'm telling you, I say this, I." So that should raise your alarm. Wait a minute. You have one Jesus says, I'm always about my father's business. But then in another part, you see him switching his language. That should tell you there was some movements there. Somebody, the pen of the scribes did some damage right there. They added some stuff.
and remember what the Book of Revelation says. What is it? Let me go to it real quick because I know the scripture. I should already know it back.
It says,
You
if you
probably know.
shall add or remove, yeah.
Yep. Anything, you know what I'm saying? Your tree of life should be taken away. So
Mhm.
yeah, man. And you notice, like when you read like third parts of the Bible, it's like, like okay, what's it? Book of Joshua talking with Jasher. It's like Book of Jasher. Like, what is this? Or Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, what you say?
Mm-hmm.
So you pop across that. Wait a minute, this is all connected to.
Yep.
So it made you wonder stuff, though, man. Like it's like, wow, you learn a lot now. Like growing up, 'cause like I said, a lot of churches didn't tell me about this. So now I have had a lot of questions and everything. I said, man, this is wow.
Mm-hmm. And here's another thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, I'm using that as a reference, right? Because he's just a plagiarist of a Congolese prophet. There is a passage where a blind person came to him. He used his spit, put him in his eyes, and told him to open his eyes, and he saw. And at first, when he opened his eyes, he says, "I see trees walking." And Jesus said, "Close your eyes and open again." And when he did that, he could see perfectly clear. Now, let me ask you this: if you saw someone in the street goes towards a blind man begging and says, "Let me heal you," and the blind man says, "Okay," and he spits in his eyes, rub it, and then he sees, what are you gonna call that? Aren't you gonna call that witchcraft?
That's interesting.
And another passage, right? And here's another thing. That's what I tell people. I'm like, that thing that Jesus did is part of Congo spirituality, because his spit is what? Water. With water, you can heal, because it's one of the 4 elements. Now, here's another passage. Jesus spits on the ground, makes mud out of it, puts it in a blind person's eyes, and tell him, go to this pool, that river, I think, pool, whatever. Go and wash your face, and then you will see. And he goes over there with that little spit mud, wash over his face, and he can see. Now, if a Christian saw that today, what would they call it? Wouldn't they not call it witchcraft? You see? So that's what I tell people. There is 2 Jesus in the New Testament. One who's the authentic, who's basically a prophet that came in the Congo. He came twice. Because another subject that people don't, that I never understood was reincarnation, but it's not like how the Hindus talk about it. There are some spirits on this earth that comes back, but you don't have no memories of your past. You just change shells.
Yeah,
but you come back.
That's true. That's real.
Yeah, you come back. But
yeah,
there's gonna be a final. Yeah, there's gonna be a final where all the spirits that went, when the Bible says heaven will come down to earth, it means all the ancestors who made it, who are fighting for us in the heavens, they're gonna come down on earth, and the spirit world and the physical world will merge as one. That's why when he says that we shall no longer die, the spirits don't die. So if it merges with this physical realm, death will be non-existent, because spirits don't die. And that's why it says that there shall be no more death in those days, where an old man will walk with a cane, and he will see his children being his grandchildren. So right there even tells you, if you're gonna have children, that means people will still breed. You see? So there's gonna be people still breeding, but they're not gonna die. The Bible was entry. That's what I tell people. Don't listen to religion. Read the Bible for yourself. You see where they're lying, and you see where it's true.
Study to show thyself approved. Yeah. That's really interesting, though, man. Yeah. It's a lot of, like I said, even the passages, like I said, man, it's like breaking the stuff. Like, wow. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Cool Jen, let me show you something, right? Because there might be some people, when they hear me talking about this, they say, "Oh, fasting is promoting necromancy," right? You remember the story of the Transfiguration, right? When Jesus went to the mountain with 3 of his disciples, I think. Yeah. Peter, John, and James. And it says what? He was transformed, and his clothes became white. And who appeared unto him? Moses and Elijah. And Peter was able to recognize them, and says, "Oh, let me build a tabernacle for each one of y'all," right? Remember that passage, right? In I think Luke. You remember that? The Transfiguration. Now, let me ask you this. Did Moses die?
Nope.
No, I'm talking about if you read the narrative of the Bible in the Old Testament, right? The book of Joshua, it says my servant Moses is dead, right? Right? Because he died, because the Moses said you will not see the promised land. So if Moses died in the Old Testament, what the hell is he doing with Jesus in the New Testament? He came to talk to him. If he's dead. Same thing with Elijah. Now, some people say Elijah went to heaven, but let's just say both of them died. What the hell are they doing living with Jesus in the New Testament talking? And then watch this. Jesus was comforting the Pharisees. They asked him about death and stuff like that, about the woman who had 7 children, 7 husbands and stuff like that, right? This is what he says. He said, ye men who lack understanding. He said, have you not read? It says, it is written, I am the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Therefore, God is not the God of the dead, but of the living. But Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob died. If you go in the Old Testament, it says, Abraham died and was gathered unto his ancestors. Isaac died and was buried and was gathered unto his ancestors. Jacob died, who became Israel, and was gathered unto his ancestors. But in the New Testament, Jesus is telling you, he says, you know when God was saying, I'm the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? He's not the God of the dead, but the living. So the question is, when the Bible says Abraham died, did he really die? Because it sounds like a conflicting language. You see why I'm sharing something? You probably didn't see it before, but now it's making you think. Now watch this. Would a Christian today not call Jesus talking to Moses necromancy? You see, you see now. You see?
Yeah.
So I try to tell people necromancy and contacting the spiritual realm, like our ancestors did. The ancestors, they have nothing to do with each other. We don't do necromancy. And we don't worship, quote unquote, our ancestors. They become angels. They are intermediate with the Father.
Yeah.
We don't worship them.
Right. Right. They become angels. You know, he talks about, you know what I'm saying, what happens when you die and stuff, you know what I'm saying? What will you be like, you know, on the other side? So yeah, man, it makes you think about a lot of stuff, you know, because I know, like, and you write about, you know, our spirits, you know what I'm saying, our soul, like I said, lives on forever, you know what I'm saying? After this life, you know what I'm saying, and being in this flesh. So yeah, man.
It's a lot of things. I'm telling you, I thought I knew some things, but the last few months, you know, learning the ways of the Levites opened my eyes to everything. And that's what I tell people. Not everything should be shown to people. There are some things that are supposed to be secrets. And people don't even realize that. That's why, you know, sometimes when we have all these conversations online, there are some things that shouldn't be said because it's supposed to be a secret. Because those people don't tell us nothing. They don't tell us what they do. They don't tell us.
They don't. There's a scripture. Let me go to it. I gotta find it because this is another great one. You probably sure know about it. I can't believe I forgot that quick. When you seek the Lord, you know what I'm saying, he'll show you like unsearchable things though that everybody, you know, can't see. I'm gonna find this.
Let me see. I think it's probably saying something invisible. Invisible. Because okay.
Okay, Jeremiah 33:3. That's it. Call to me, and I will you and show you great and mighty things which you have not known. That's it. When you study, like saying, you know, so you seek His face. You know what I'm saying? You study for yourself. So yeah, man, it's amazing. Like when you stay by the word of God, man, and just He can show you things and stuff, man. Like, wow, I didn't even know this right here. You know,
and it's a secret.
Yeah, it's a secret. Yeah, man. Like I love it. You know, I love it, man. So you know that, you know what I'm saying, God is real, man. His word is alive and active today. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what these people talking about. Oh, the Bible, man, you know, it's this and that. I said, man, it don't matter what people say though, man. Shoot. As long as I know the truth, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. I'm walking by it.
And people have to know their elements, because each one of us, we have the four elements in us: earth, fire, wind, uh what's the other one? And water. And then depending on what time of the year you're born, one of the element is going to be your strong suit. So for an example, someone who's born under the wind, that means his words are power, right? So he has to be careful. You got to know your strength and weakness.
Mm-hmm.
Someone who's of the earth, right? He
Mm-hmm.
should do things that grounds him to the earth, because that's his strong suit. Someone who's of fire, he needs to be around the fire element, whether it's the sun or candles or so. So it's like there are certain things or certain secrets that all people knew, but they lost it. But guess what? The heathens, they know it and they practice it to get help from their guardian angels and the other fallen ones. But our people, because they don't, they're told that those things are evil, but they see it like in the Catholic Church. They literally
Yeah.
practice our ways, but in the dark side, like
Yeah.
the incense and all that stuff, the water,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it's our practice. They're just copying it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It was something I wanted to ask you about too. I know earlier we talked about the Euphrates River, right? You know, think about
Yeah.
Revelation.
Mm-hmm.
So let me go to it. I want to make sure I'm getting it right.
Mm.
So we talked about. I'm seeing verse 14 talks about, and the voice said to the sixth angel who held the trumpet, release the four who are bound at the great Euphrates. So let me ask you this. So they're basically talking about the four horsemen.
Yeah, and not only that, it's talking about the four elements.
Okay.
Because that number 4 is very interesting, because it's the 4 elements. Remember when it says, to the 4 angels, don't hurt the sea, all living things, until I have sealed, until I have sealed my people in their foreheads. So the Most High, he's sealing his chosen one, and he's coming to them directly. Like me, I didn't know at first, but a Ngunza, or a prophet, told me the meaning. I had a dream in 2010 where I met, the Most High, and he wore like, his attire was a white robe. He had a belt, and I couldn't see his face. But in the dream, he took me to like a white room, and then when he delivered me, he removed some chains out of me that wasn't there, but I saw some chains. He came forward and touched my forehead, but I never understood the meaning. And I was told recently that the Most High sealed me because I'm his chosen. So he literally says, you personally, he's like, you don't have to worry about doing no baptism. He said, if the Most High chooses you personally, you're his forever.
So said those who call on the Lord should be saved, right? And then I got saved at the age of 18. You know what I'm saying? When I called on this, what I'm saying? I felt new. You know what I'm saying? The next day.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Now here's another thing, bro. That was just what you saw in the physical sense. Before you were born, you were his already. That's another secret.
Predestination.
You don't need to. I know, Christianity, they talk about, no. It says what? Before,
I knew you. I knew you in your mother's womb.
And the word "knew" means what? The word "knew," it's like somebody that you know, that you have a conversation with. So wait a minute. If you didn't exist before you were born, why is the Most High saying, "I know thee" before you were born? That means you had a conscious conversation, relationship with him before you were born, right? Because you're not gonna know somebody you never knew. It doesn't make any sense. So we were already chosen, but it was just manifesting in the physical realm because we're bound by time and space. So when I had my 2010, even though I was born a Christian, the Ngunza says, by the Most High putting his hand in, this is how he confirmed it. He says, you're not the only one who had similar dreams. He says there are some people where they didn't have a dream. Somebody came to them and seal them, like literally put their hands in the forehead. Some people saw fire in the like floating in their head. Everybody is having a different way of sealing, but he's saying the Most High right now, he's sealing the 4,400, the 144,000 of his tribe. Like he's sealing. It says, and those people will play a big role in the deliverance of his people. So I would say it's kind of surreal, but it's a big responsibility. Sometimes those kind of things scares you, because you're like, whoa, I'm sealed, so it's like I have a duty. But then you're like, well, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, right? But it's like if you start listening to that voice, you're gonna make decision that you think it's yours, but it's not yours. Because he says in a book of Psalms that when we dream, he speaks to us once or twice, and many of the time we have no idea he's talking to us because nobody listens.
Yep. I was sitting there reading something too. It was Isaiah? Man, it was Isaiah or Jeremiah though, man. But it was so good. I just kept thinking about this nation and stuff, man. How like he had his arms open up to us, to the ones out, in truth, but they keep rejecting and stuff, man. So it's like, yo, this is exactly what's going on. So yeah, man, yeah, bro. This real.
I'm glad that you have the eyes and you understand everything that's going on. And me, even Mace is back. We had this conversation, and it's amazing that Mace, he understands and he sees it. That's why I even tell Mace, the things that he's gone through, right? He has to realize the Most High, he's behind everything, right? Don't give up, because talking about going back to the darkness, it is in darkness that a child is formed. It's in darkness that your bones are shaped. It's in darkness that your heart comes, it stop beating, right? And then you're brought into the light, and your eyes open, and you give your first cry. So there are some things that happen in our life is the Most High shaping us to be the warrior that will be, because nothing will phase us. Why? Because we went through the fire, and he's gonna put the right people in your path that will lead you to what people call salvation, deliverance, whatever. But your life has a meaning, and you have a mission, and everything that you're doing, don't think it's for nothing. Once you have that in your mind, that everything you're doing has a meaning, it changes your whole perspective, right?
Yeah.
It changes your whole perspective.
Yeah, sure does though, man. Amen to that. It sure does though. This conversation was meant to happen, man. It was meant to happen, and it's something where you may say something like, okay, to yourself, like, okay, God, I be messing up, but man, every time I'm trying to, it's like I want to learn how to seek more of your face. Somehow, like you can go to a random scripture or come across a post, and that post would be right there talking to you.
Yeah. That's how he talks. See, and people, they're looking for an angel to talk to you, or they're looking for God. I'm God. You are.
Right.
Because he's in you. When you speak, it's him speaking. So people are looking at the sky when God is right in front of you. What did he say? He said, when I was hungry, you fed me. When I was thirsty, you gave me water to drink. And then the person says, well, God, when were you? He says, when you did that to the people who asked you for water, that was me. The people that you fed that didn't have nothing. So people are looking and see, going back to what I said earlier, the Most High is in darkness. He's in secret. People are looking for him in the open. He's hidden, because the person in front of you, you can't even see him. That's God right there.
I'm gonna tell you a testimony I haven't shared on here with nobody. It's only some people I know personally. And I was driving one day as a homeless person, just had hungry. And I kept thinking something back on God's word somewhere in the book of Matthew, you feed my sheep, I kept thinking about, gave the guy, $20, right? You know what I'm saying? Moved on. It just had hunger, just simple, hungry. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I thought about if there was meal, whatever, you know what I'm saying, fed them. Then that same night later on, I laid on my bed, I got a cash up for like $100.
Wow.
Yep. hundredfold though, man. Like I said, God is everywhere, man. You know what I'm saying? He's the air we
Mm-hmm.
breathe.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Life. So without him, we can't, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm always talking to the Most High. I say, you always talking about the Most High. Yeah, of course. I'm acknowledge my Father, man.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
He's everywhere. He's what people call nature. That's the Most High. Everything. He is running everything.
Running
Like
everything.
this is what I tell people. You know, bad things happen. You know, sometimes I say, positive and negative. The more positive you do, the more positive you receive. Why? Because the Most High is everywhere. It's an energy, what they call karma. So here's the thing. Do you want more positive things to happen to you, or do you want more negative things? It will be the course of your action that will determine that. And that's what that's why he says, I give you life and death, but choose life. Choose me. But what do the word choose? They choose death because to them it's pleasurable. Negative things are pleasurable, you know. But they don't understand what will come back will be worth. It will be just like there's no escape. There's no escape.
Facts.
Queen
Facts, so
Elizabeth,
man, yeah.
right? That Queen Elizabeth that died.
Man.
Yeah. That Queen Elizabeth that died, I bet you she probably changed some hearts, tried to survive, but guess what? Once you're out of here, it's over. Especially if you did evil like them. I'm telling you.
Yeah, bro.
That's what. Listen to the language. Why do they want to live here forever? Like it's like they want to hold on to this life.
Right. The real life begins in the afterlife. As I always say, yep. That's what real life is. This earth we're on is basically, like I said before, it's a waiting room. That's all what it is. It's a temporary place, though, man. Nobody lasts here, long here forever, though, man. You know, we go back to the spirit realm. You know what I'm saying? When we leave this, you know what I'm saying, this flesh. So yeah, man.
It's amazing. Yeah, I like having this kind of conversation. You know, I know a lot of people that usually don't like this, but this maybe I would say going back to the manosphere space and stuff like that. Seeing like I'm sure you've seen like to talk about involuntary, like this thing about dating and how men are suffering in silence, suicide, and all that stuff.
Hey, Pastor.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you brought it up. And with me not being part of that, because I see a lot of things were definitely wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? When I found out about like 2018, whatever the time, like the manosphere. See, they talk about, you know what I'm saying, the women, all this type of stuff. And this is the thing I never really see. Even with O'Shea at the time. They never have brothers like ourselves on the panel to talk about why this stuff happened, why these things happen. See, the Bible, like, you don't go dating coach. The Bible talks about the immoral woman, talks about the Proverbs 31 woman, talks about those things, though. See, but they don't see that. Oh, I got game. You don't need game. You know what I'm saying? All I need is to.
It is a couple things. Number one, all those dudes are in it for the money. It's like a scam.
That's all what it is.
You're either with their clique. I mean, I can drop names who's in the clique, but I have relationships with most of them, so I'm not gonna do it. But it's obvious who's in the clique. All you have to do is see any show where these people are at that gets over. I'm gonna be generous here. Who gets over 2,500 subscribers? And those guys drop in, say what's up to that person's panel. That's a big part of the clique.
You will know them by their fruits. And then when I know what the Bible says, you will know them by their fruits. You know what I'm saying? So, and this is another scripture too. Do not be deceived. Bad company corrupts good character. And that's what's going on with a lot of this whole entire nation, man. You know what I'm saying? It's so corrupted and it's so foul. That's why the Most High is so pissed off at this nation, the world, actually, but this nation here, Babylon, America. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not turning away from their wickedness. You know what I'm saying? Repenting and coming back to Him, though, man. That's why these generational curses, you know what I'm saying, described in Deuteronomy, you know what I'm saying, it's running rapid today, man. That's why this place isn't prospering, though, man. You know,
Mhm.
I'm gonna go back to the scripture. My people know humble themselves, and you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Come back
And
to
then,
Him.
and cool to also add what Mace is saying. The whole thing is when me, I don't know if you know Spiritual Hulk, we try to bring into
Oh yeah,
God's topics, right? They
Yeah.
rejected us. Look at there was once upon a time Brother Hulk could barely even pass 1,000 subscribers because the whole thing is we were approaching from the Most High perspective, saying that man don't need to chase tail. Like you need to focus on the Most High. Do your because if you follow the Most High, things will not go like the things of the world will not work for you. But the thing is, many people in many men in the ministry, they don't want God.
Yes, they
That's right.
don't.
They don't realize that God is the
They
solution to
don't.
feminism.
They,
They
a lot
they
of
don't.
them, a lot of them, I think, big reasons obvious. You look at the so-called preachers of today. I call them a group of con men.
Yeah,
Who do they cater to? They cater
women.
to
So,
the women. They don't. They
yeah.
don't give a damn about the men. But
Mm-hmm.
all of a sudden, you hear Jakes a couple of weeks ago saying that the women act too masculine, that the women do this and the women do
You,
that,
you
and
know
half
why?
his
Because the
congregation
money,
is gone.
the money is drying out. The economy is bad. The women are not paying no more. So
They're right.
he realizes that I need the men money. I need the male money.
It's
That
too
That's
late.
right.
it's
Hey,
out the
hey,
game.
check this
We
out.
know
Hey,
what's
check this
going
out.
on.
And check this out. The Bible also talks about how once in the Old Testament, how a woman should incapacitate a man. Is that not what's happening? CEOs, all these high positionings that's happening right now. They don't understand that. See, we talk like this though. They think we talking out
Up,
our
Jerry.
tail though, man. That's
Yeah.
why they have no knowledge, man. They don't understand us though. See, they so carnal minded. That's what it is. They very carnal minded.
Mm.
And they try to shun people like us. So, all right, the truth is what it is, and it's gonna stay there. The truth don't care about your feelings.
I'll
Man,
say
no
it again.
fear, guy.
I'll say it again. If you just avoid these niggas, whatever you doing here will be a lot more bountiful and plentiful for you. If you want to be part of that clique, you're gonna find out the hard way what they really think of you.
Right. And guess what? When I other guys, oh, I'm rejected by woman. If you're a man in the truth, right?
Yeah.
Don't ever look at it as rejection as a bad thing. Rejection is actually a great thing, meaning that it's basically God's protection. Though God wouldn't give you just no anything on anybody. He gonna
Yes.
give you somebody that's meant for you. You know what I'm saying? You continue to seek Him. He'll give it to you. One of my favorite scriptures I love was Habakkuk 2 and chapter 2, verse 2 and 3 talks about right division, make it plain for he who reads and runs to it. Then verse 3 talks about it's for an appointed time. So it's going to happen. It's going to happen though, man. So I don't even have to worry about nothing. I don't care about these dating coaches. I don't care about none of that stuff. How much game they got. I don't care about none of that stuff. I don't care about none of that stuff they're talking about though, man. You know what I'm saying?
I don't pay him no mind, bro.
They all sound foolish over there though, man. They still doing all this stuff. And I said something one day. I said, all of y'all dating coaches ain't doing nothing but trying to take advantage of like broken hearted men and stuff, man. Taking their money, talking about what they need to be and stuff, man.
One
And
clown,
they wouldn't last. They wouldn't even last, man. If I was there,
bro.
all
One
them
clown,
all them
one
dudes, man.
one clown,
ART, all them dudes, yeah.
one clown is charging $5,000 a consultation, and they're paying this son of a bitch, bro.
Oh my goodness. Oh
I
my
forgot
goodness.
the guy. I forgot the guy's name. The
Hey,
ugly.
that's how it was back in the day.
He's an ugly dude too. Yeah, go ahead.
Back in the day, back in the early 2000s, even Steve the Dean back in the day, like when the white dating country were very popular, like Mister and all them. I remember one guy was in Canada. He was a dating coach from Canada, and you have people from the U.S., some people from Europe. He was charging $7,000 for a 3-day boot camp.
I remember that guy.
$7,000.
What?
And then you will have like 100, 200 men show up
Yep.
in a seminar.
Bunch of
And they're
CEO
gonna have
losers.
like a woman, like a model. They use her as a prop when it comes to how. So basically, it's a 3-day weekend where you're paying for the hotel, huh? you're paying for the seminar to learn how to get women.
Yeah, I remember that guy. Yeah, I remember him.
Only in America, like game is like I like someone said this too. They said game is only for alpha energy women, aka worldly women though, to get them though. They don't man. If I say some stuff, man, they'll cut off their whole entire business though, man. Like open up a lot of guys' eyes though. But a lot of them eyes are waking up now. Like the Gen Z man, right now, shout out to the brother Austin Holloman though, man. Y'all people can say what they want about him, but he got the right mindset. Like myself, I like how he's blunt about it. You know what I'm saying? Go abroad. And the Bible does, approve of, going abroad. What was it? In the book of Genesis, things 24.
This is my problem with Holloman. This is my problem with him. Okay. If you're
Go
gonna
ahead.
say there's no women here, right? Don't let me see you every time Chaz Sade and what's her name? Courtney, when they're together, he pops up. If you're preaching there's no women here, don't associate with the women here then.
Right. Now, not to say that every woman's like that, because there are good women out there though, man. You know what I'm saying? We know that this is a very toxic culture we live in, of course. But yeah, it's about moving. You know what I'm saying? Having an open, abundant mindset though, man. Like if you're a wicked person, you're gonna draw your portion. It's a wicked woman. Vice versa though. You know what I'm saying? That's what
you are attract what you are.
You attract who you are though. You absolutely really do, man.
If you're wicked, you're not gonna get something that's righteous. Nope.
Exactly though. You know what I'm saying? And it talks about that too, being unequally yoked though with somebody that's not on the path that you're going. You know what I'm saying? So why would I want any type of woman that's not good for me to be in my path? Cause like I said, she'll rule my walk, and I don't need that. You know what I'm saying? She gotta walk like walking in Christ. So I'm walking by, you know what I'm saying? We're walking in the spirit. So we're on the same path, helping each other get to the finish line.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't listen to a lot of watch a lot of content creators, because I say it's a lot of them false prophets. You will say, they deceiving a lot of people and stuff, and that's why it's a lot of people really giving up, man. And this is where we at right now. So it's sad. It's like, dang, man, because I'm thankful to be in the people, man.
But I'm telling you, in the years to come, like all these voices will fade away. It's already happening. Telling you, people's pockets are shaking. Their pockets are beginning to be filled with sands. I'm telling you, there's nothing worse than losing money. And what was it? I think I was reading something where the food drives, they were complaining that they're not getting more foods anymore. But interesting enough, America throws away 30% of the foods.
Yeah. They just trash it, bro.
How in the hell you're gonna have no food to give away to people when you throw away 30% of the foods?
It's called being. What's the word you want to use?
Selfish. And guess what?
It's worse than being mean. It's another word for it.
There was a story for someone trying to feed the homeless and stuff, and I think they tried to arrest her. I said, "How you gonna arrest somebody for feeding the homeless still?" Like I think because she was at a certain place, like no soliciting, you would say. So she gave somebody else though, man. But that's what these mofos want. They want total population control and stuff, man. That's what it really comes down to. It ain't about the money though. But it's about the control now. Try to get everybody to get on board. No, if that, no, I'm taking the narrow path.
Path. This question. I had DS1 up here over an hour ago. I asked him this question. I ask you guys this. Okay. Do black men understand what's in America? Understand what's about to happen to them?
If they're not in the truth, then they won't understand. So basically, they followers still trying to chase tail and all this other stuff, man. Like, I remember a couple of months ago, I said something in my spirit. I said something is about to go down, in this place. It's like I'm being on a watch. Because I believe even before 2023, I mean, anything could go down. Like I said, they can shut down the food supply. Oh, the digital financial market, that's going to be it right there. That's going to be it right there, though.
You just saw it with crypto.
Yeah, all this stuff. You got to get crypto. No, this stuff going to fall, man.
It
All the
has.
stuff can
It fell
fall.
over the. It fell last weekend.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I'm talking about
FTX gone.
and I'm talking about the American dollar too. Is definitely gonna fail. So what's gonna happen to all your so-called want to be KS high value dudes and get the bad chicks? Huh? I got
Get the
we
bag chicks gonna be.
wisdom.
Get
Wisdom
the
is
bag
more
chicks. Get the bag chicks gonna be on
for righteous men when
on a
time
corner
comes.
near you, bro.
All them fake alpha dudes and stuff, man. They're not gonna want them when days come. Like, cause the real man is gonna be like what's 10% in the wind. We're
Yeah.
gonna be like gone, man. They want
It
it's we're
says
gonna
that
be
a man is gonna be more valuable than gold in those days.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. I will make a man more precious than gold. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I
And when
keep
it
telling
says
them, man. Go ahead.
He was talking
the most
fast.
high. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
man.
And I asked DS1 that question. Do they know what's about to happen? He said they have no clue. But what I mean by, I think you guys don't understand what I mean by this. What they're planning right now, there's a reason why Biden is bringing all these people in. If you didn't hear, the LA police force got the militia, white supremacist corps in there is growing around the country, and police forces. They're gonna try. I'm gonna say you said it. You said it. Cool Gent. 23 hell's gonna break loose in this country, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
scary to see. And the point I was trying to make is, black men don't realize they're coming for us.
Jacob's
They're coming
trouble,
to
man.
wipe us out, bro.
Jacob's trouble. Jacob's trouble.
Yeah, and what is one of my partner, his name is Mikhail Massa. We're having a conversation. I even had a live stream talking about it, because his ministry is towards more of the diaspora, because he says some of our people in Africa they're not ready. They're too Christianized. So some of these conversations, they're not ready for it. But the time is coming where we're gonna have to, because they need to be ready to prepare a place for the diasporas who left, who are gonna go back. And something he said that was very interesting. He said people will not be ready. Why? Because they love the West. They love the oppressor. So nothing you can do to basically tell them, hey, leave, go back to your fathers, your ancestors. No. And I know some people see, like I say, remember, everybody's playing their role. Like movements like FBA, ADOS, all of them saying, we were here first. That's what I tell people. Don't be like Lot when he was trying to go to his family members, his wife family members, and try to tell them that this place is going to burn. Come with us. And they were laughing at him. Some people just let them go. If someone tells you, I was never from Africa, we were here, I'm staying, don't force them. He's right. He was not from Africa. He was here. So let him stay. It's his right. So when you make things easy on yourself, you're not gonna, like, if I hear a black American, which I literally look at him, he looks like a Bantu, and he says, I'm not from my ancestors never came from Africa. We were really here. I'm like, okay. I don't need to fight him. I don't need to convince him. No. He's conscious of his decision. I'm not gonna force it. It's just like back home where you have some of our people that deny their heritage. They don't want to have the names of their ancestors. They prefer French name or Dutch name or whatever, and they don't want to speak their native tongue. They want to speak French, English, Spanish, whatever. It's the same way. You're not gonna force him. You can't force people. Just let them be.
Yep. Let he who has an ear hear.
Yeah.
That's what it's
And
gonna
when
come down to.
guess what? It's gonna be too late. But guess what? You did tell them, and they said no.
Hey, fast, and guess what? And guess what? A lot of people don't realize today, and this is since like the beginning of time. They don't even realize that we're the modern day prophets, though, man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They don't
Again, I'll add to what you just said. Reason why they don't know, especially among black people, is they go by everything white media and the little magic box tells them and show them. See,
Yeah.
the problem in this country, especially with black men, is the images they portray of us.
hmm
See,
They
they
couldn't really see nothing. Go ahead, Mace.
no, go ahead, and then I'm gonna add to it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that, and you know how, like I said, we get put down as black men. So yeah, there are a lot of ignorant ones out there too. But we built this foundation. You know what I'm saying? Everything our hand touches and stuff, man. So the ideals that the Most High, like I said, He gave us, it's the architects, everything. So when I hear a lot of chicks say that, like, y'all black men ain't build nothing though, man. Like, well, what did y'all build? What's your purpose? You worried about? We on our
Do
purpose.
you,
We
do,
doing
you, do you want me to go there? What they built?
all their purpose is for they supposed to be dedicated to their husband. They supposed to be to their husband though, but they
I
don't
was
want to
gonna
talk
go.
about it.
I was
And
gonna
that's
go
why they on
deep.
TikTok. And that's why they on TikTok crying right now. All these videos talking about, I should have had a child in my 20s and got with the right guy. Like, man, I don't want to hear all that mess. All that say them tears for later though. You know what
I
I'm
do
saying?
believe. I disagree with DS1. I do believe that as we are talking right here, the black community is burning into the ground.
Oh,
There is,
it's done. It's
yeah,
done. It's over.
I agree.
It can't.
I agree with
It
that.
can't be repaired.
I do
It
agree
can't.
with
It
that.
can't be. The land cannot be healed. The damage is done here. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? This is why the Most High is going to destroy this place. It's got to be destroyed though, man. You know what I'm saying? Like they mocking him and you know what I'm saying? It talks about all those things though, man. It talks about it in the book of Timothy, First Timothy though, man. But yeah, bro, like this is where we at, and that's why we come on here to say we have to say because put out warning. Stuff that's about to hit the fan, and the internet's going to crash. Like I said, what's when they try to look for people like myself or Fast and whoever else is in the truth, what's going to pop up on their search bar? It's gonna that little monkey with the wrench. It's gonna pop up, and they're gonna be panicking and stuff, man.
I think you know what I think. You want the truth? A lot of these black men don't get it. When black women say, "I want a guy this tall, this, that," the reason why they're saying it is because they do not want black men. Period. But black men don't realize this. I mean, look at the history of time. No one, how can I say this? Nobody been more accessible to every group of men in the history of this planet than black women. And the problem is a lot of men are in denial, black men are in denial. And they gotta wake up and realize, and this is where I give Austin Hellerman credit, 'cause at least he did it. And DJ Cooler, you gotta get up and leave this place, bro. This
Yep.
place is Babylon for black men. And they come, I'm telling you, they're getting it all together to wipe us out.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they want to do.
They have to separate, divide and stuff. Like I said, there's no family structure here no more. I still believe in it. You know what I'm saying? Because as of now, like you said, that everything is so divided, and the men and women, like black men and black women, can't get along here no more. Like I said, the damage been done by the daughters and their sons and stuff. It's like the future here is prostitution. A lot of women, even as of now, that's where it's going to right now.
Yes, that's where it's
So-
going to be. Yeah, because that's what I hate to say this phrase, but I
And guess
really
what?
believe this. This is
They
what God.
would die by the sword. It
This
talks
is what.
about that.
Yeah, this is what God put them on earth for. I'm not joking. God put them on earth to be the world's concubines, hoes, and side pieces, and they do it well, and they love doing it. Most of them.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The enemy, man, doing a whole lot of.
And the women who are like, if you see women go to let's say, what's that place they like to go to out in the Middle East?
Dubai.
It's the finest of black women who are running to Dubai to be slaves, bro.
And guess what? And none of the guys over there don't even want them because they know that they not to do that to their women over there. See, that's what a lot of westernized women don't realize though. They want us, no, they don't. You just gonna be slutted out, be shitted on the mouth, excuse my French,
It's
and
true.
that's all you're gonna be good for.
And see,
and then you come
that's
up
what
with
that's the question I wanted to ask. I asked DS1, or he answered it in a different way. I think between the two races, I mean the two ethnic groups, I think black women damage the most.
oh yeah, they number one,
That's why
number
they degrade themselves like they do. And then they
number
wonder
one.
why a guy like me don't even, like, let's say, check for them because they're too far damaged.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You tell me how
The
many
daughters
you
of Zion
yeah,
are very hot.
you tell me other races of women who degrade themselves like they do.
Huh. I like something. Let's see what Rebecca said. Something so interesting. Dang it.
You know, tell me what woman on this what race of women degrade themselves more than they do. It's not even close.
Western women are the modern day daughters of the Canaanites. They're like the daughters of modern day Canaanites. Very wicked, rebellious. The moral woman talks about that in the book of Proverbs.
Mm-hmm.
No,
But
black
see,
women, let me go deep with this. Black women would rather be, this tells you how much they hate black men. They would rather be with a white man, get him on Skid Row, clean him up, and cater to him than be with a billionaire black man. Now, do that make sense?
hell no, not
Now,
in a million years.
what do that tell you, though? That tells you how much they hate themselves. They hate the reflection of themselves. And we are the reflection of them, just like they are the reflection of us.
See, this another thing too. See, they not supposed to copy. The Bible talks about, you know, what I'm saying, no. I don't want to put it the wrong way, but basically, let me just try to paraphrase it. Don't copy your impressors. Your impressors, though. Don't follow their ways. None of that stuff. But that's what they're doing. They doing They doing exactly what their oppressors are doing and stuff. You
They
know what I'm
are the
saying?
watchdog. No, no, I shouldn't say that phrase. Forgive me, Lord. They are the guardians of white supremacy.
Yeah.
They're like
Yeah.
they're like the palace guards for white supremacy,
And it's
especially the
sad.
educated ones, especially
Hey,
because they were the ones who were brainwashed the most.
check this out. You know the comedian, her name was Lunel. I forgot her last name. I don't know. Like, you know, even the entertainment business has gone down. Like, she's an older one, probably 60, 50, 60, 70 plus year old woman. And you're on OnlyFans. Like, man, I'm like, oh God, man. This is just this how we know we done. And seeing that, like, it was, I think she posted on, was it IG or something like that, to my, she had like a OnlyFans. I said, man, this is crazy. And the dudes in the comment section, I'm like, y'all lame ass fucking male celebrities, man, are a piece of crap, man. Y'all falling for this bullshit. Then some of the females talking about, yes, sis. I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, man. That's why, again, I don't socialize with them, bro, because most of them are wicked.
Yep.
You know, a lot of them are phony. A lot of them will sell you out in a New
Yep.
York second.
Yep.
And you got these simps, these losing men. Oh, I wanted to ask, damn, I had DS1 up here. What do you think with Dennis Sperling, the bombshell he let out yesterday on his live, bro?
What happened? What happened?
He blames all convicts and felons why the black community is dead. And he said they all should be just to say, I'll say it in a better way. Vanished from this planet. What do you think about that? He was very harsh on it too, bro.
leaders of the black community or so-called ninja community.
Like, because of them, I mean, let me put it in a different way. Who these women have their kids with? Let's be honest. And where do most of these guys end up?
They got us in a repetitive cycle though. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they're programmed to date this particular type of guy. You know, this is what's popular and stuff. But guess what? Like, they don't have no arranged marriages, none of that stuff. Like, when you had a father in the home, the father will have discernment to know, like, oh, he ain't no good. What makes you think you're good enough for my daughter? I train my daughter up. You know what I'm saying? So, and Now they
Yeah,
took a lot of that. I took him out the home and stuff. So it's just single mothers, and it's like they really push this single motherhood and stuff to my. They don't need the man. Well, you need the man in the home because he's the logic. He's the brains behind a lot of stuff.
one
So
thing I
when you
do
remove the
see,
father figure from the home,
yeah,
then guess what? Your foundation is already broken. Your foundation's on sand instead of rock.
I was gonna say the one thing you will see as this decade continues. Remember, this is only gonna be 2023. More black men will flee this country and don't come back.
Oh, it's already happening. It's an exodus right now.
I mean,
There's
I
a
mean,
check
it's
out a
gonna
video.
be.
Hey, Mace, check out a video by the Thinking Man's Templars called "The Ghost of Good Men." That video was ahead of its time, done like 2 years ago, and it's already happening. Even
Yeah, I
some of the
seen.
ones like the man that's been traveling, you know, they talked about this like in previous shows like years ago. So it's already happening right now. Ain't about no. I heard one of content creators gonna say the name talking about men that travel are losers. I'm like, well, apparently, would you stay at it? Would you go to the same restaurant this feeding you trash and not give you customers, not give you good service? So why the hell would I stay here in a place where the damage is done? They don't want to do right, and I can go to another town, I go to another place and get more proper treatment there,
Hey, there's a
get better
bakery
food there.
2 blocks. It's funny you said it's a bakery 2 blocks from my house. They
Huh.
they when I go there or somebody go there, they just totally ignore you and cater to their own. I just walk out because they don't care. They don't want our money, so it doesn't matter to them.
Yep. I'm
But
glad a
they
lot of stuff is finna get. I'm be
yeah.
having a smile on my face though, man.
What's up, Sean? Come up, bro. Yeah, it's true, man. There's a lot of places. There's places where I live right now. They don't want to serve black men, bro.
But I was sitting there thinking too. It's always this is something it gets me every time. Like with Negroes, every time a male rapper passed away. Now there are some good ones. I think saying all of them, but let's be honest. In this music industry, right? Who are
What's
the
up, Sean?
what's the main genre that's always getting destroyed, getting killed?
Black men.
It's hip hop. Yeah,
Yeah,
but a lot
rappers.
of them people don't realize that it's a lot of that stuff is sacrifice. The rituals and stuff that they be doing. So there's some recipes to my little nigga, so and so. But he sold out. He sold his
It's so
soul, and
stupid,
he
man.
already know, like he should have known that. Well, they known that. They just ain't got no discernment. So it's a lot of ninjas out there, anyways. So they push all this these particular type of people, individuals and stuff, man, in the media and stuff like that. And it's like y'all only know about them because like they passed away, and that's true because Jadakiss actually said that in the song though. So
But getting back to what you were saying before about the Exodus, I gotta go to Thinking Man's Temple and get that video up. There was a
yeah,
video last week, bro, and they took that shit down. I think it was Philip Scott or that guy that
was it video?
yeah, it was a video of this black woman telling why what's the phrase they say? Oh, that she wanted to be closer to whiteness. And I watched the beginning of it. And that has something to do. When I came back to my phone, the video was gone. And that hasn't been back since. But what was how can I say the word? What was surreal about the video that I missed this part? That's why I'm looking for it everywhere. She was telling what the other side do to black women.
Hmm.
And
That's
she
good.
was talking about how she really believed in her heart that being white, like being with the white man, was the greatest thing, the holier thing. But she said she never spoke to black men in her life.
Hmm.
But she was about to tell like what a black woman really has to go through when you be with a white man. And I had to go do something. When I came back, they took that bad boy down.
That's something.
And I was curious because this woman, first of all, she was very good looking. You know, it wasn't like this woman was a skank. This woman was good looking. From listening and reading between the lines, unfortunately for that woman, she really believes, from listening to her, bro, that black men is the devil, bro. And I'll go back to, like I said before, when you guys started talking, a lot of it has to do with the magic box, which is television, the images.
Still eating from the tree that we're not supposed to be eating from, which they don't they don't realize that. Keep on saying every time. They do remove a lot of videos though from here. So
yeah, that's what my man. I forgot who I was talking to up here the other night about it, and he said, "Mace, you know they took that down." But why would they take that down? Wouldn't that be a message that the sisterhood want to be out there though?
they know it's a fake sisterhood. But you know the sisterhood ain't nothing but a bunch of
Highly educated PhD chicks who worship white supremacy and hate black men. That's what it really is.
I want to say this too though. It's interesting how those particular type of women, say all of them, but those particular type of women will talk about they hate the educated lane, but always brag about their degrees. Make that make sense?
Oh, I can make it make sense. See, in this country, especially you live in the West, I'm talking about like you live in California, Oregon, Washington State, having a college degree is everything. And they pay well out there, unlike on the East or in the Midwest. Out there, they pay well. And when these women go to these schools, especially they go to the schools with the predominantly white people go to, it's little messages that they get. Like, for example, let's say she's talking to a young professor, because they got a lot of young professors these days. So let's say she's talking to a young professor, right? The young professor is going to do it in a slick way. And you can go, now, he's going to go, now, black men don't do anything. You know they don't build. Look around you. Look at the ghettos. Look at the hoods. Look who owns the businesses.
Saved by the devil.
And when these women think deep about it, they look at, when they go back to see mom or whatever, who owns the stores? No disrespect, but the Middle Easterns. Who owns the bakeries? A lot of them are foreign descent. You hear black women complain that when they open up a business like entrepreneurship, they complain because they don't trust other sisters. They ain't letting no brother work with her. She has no help and her business collapses.
Oh no. They don't it's always, every time they put out a movie about us, it's never nothing really positive. It's always about some slavery. You know what I'm saying? Some slavery, some doing some drugs. And so that light side is like, because that's not our history. Like as far as like, just slavery and stuff like that. But there's more to us than that. That's why they don't like that movie called Acrimony and stuff. It was by Tyler Perry. I think it's one of the best movies and the most underrated. I don't know if you ever seen that, Mace.
No, I don't watch Tyler Perry, bro.
I don't neither, but
the black women. That's why.
No, check. But hear me out. I'm not gonna put you on no bull crap. So hear me out. I want you to watch that movie. All right, okay. Do me a favor, watch that movie. I'm telling you, it's worth watching because it ain't got no Medea, none of that stuff in it. A black man trying to invent something in the movie, though, and how the woman stood by his side I don't want to tell the whole movie, but it's so good. I promise you, because I don't watch his movies like that neither, though. I'm
Halle
telling you.
Berry did a movie about black.
It's with Taraji P. Henson in it. It's called Acrimony. This one of his best, most underrated movies ever. I promise you. That movie right there, nobody talking about that one. That right there, I'm telling you, Mace. I'm telling you, it's so good.
So let me ask you this. I want fasting to be on this question also. So let me ask you a question. How come they don't like to show the good things that we do as black men?
Because they want to take credit for it. They want all the credit.
Sorry. I got distracted a little bit.
So what's basically saying that black women want all the glory? That's what he's saying.
Yeah, you give them a little power, though, they won't take all of it. And that's why the Bible talks about, you're not supposed to give a woman all your strength, for it ruins great kings. And that's another verse I'm glad you brought it up. That's why a lot of men out here are damaged, though, man. Because they put a lot of women over themselves. It ruins great kings.
And another thing people don't understand when he talks about having multiple women, it's not from a lustful manner, because keyword wife, keywords wife. You're not just gonna have it literally, like when he talks. How should I explain this? Like marriage in our culture, it's like you put dowry and all that stuff. So there's a process. You're not just gonna get somebody for free. No, you have to pay a price. So it was allowed, and at the same time there are certain there is a law. It says that you can pick favorites. Like there's a passage, and it says if a man has two wives and he loves one and hate the other, and then the one that he hates has the firstborn first, he cannot pick favorite. Like he cannot be like, oh, okay, the woman that I don't like, she gave me my firstborn, but then the second wife had another child, but that one came after my first one from another wife. I'm gonna give my inheritance to my favorite wife. No, you can't do that because that one came second. Yeah.
Hey, Pastor, can you post that scripture though? That's a scripture, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Can you post it in the back? I'm gonna check. I remember coming across it, but yeah, and you're right about that. It does. It does though, man. See, a lot of them, what they don't realize, like we said earlier, is that, hey, I'm gonna say this to each his own. Some people, some guys monogamous, some people, polygyny. I mean, hey, where it works for you, that's for you.
Yeah.
I speak for myself, but
let me post it. Yeah.
So yeah,
let me post it. Let me see.
Jacob had more. Jacob, Solomon, they had multiple wives. But here, like you said, in the West, that's why they try to depopulate everything. They don't want this culture to be so-called overpopulated.
And you have to think about it. In the West, there's a lot of hypocrisy. Like I always say, they're gonna demonize polygamy or men having multiple wives, and the law of the land says you can only have one wife on paper, but they'll allow gay marriage.
Exactly. Make that make sense.
Yeah.
Make that.
And not only that, you can be divorced 3 times, 4 times, and the Bible says the only reason you should be divorced is because of infidelity. And not only that, you gotta have witnesses. Meaning, if you can prove that your wife cheated on you, because the man is the one who divorced, not the woman. See, this is another twist. There is nowhere in the Bible where it says a woman must divorce. I know people try to pull the New Testament, but the culture is the man is the one doing the marrying, not the woman. So who's gonna let the other person go? It's not gonna be the wife. It's gonna be the man. Because there's a law. It says if a man hates his wife, there are things you need to do. To save her.
And it's so crazy. It's so crazy. I said a man man is married, right? But he's also, like I said, he got his first wife. Well, he's interested in bringing another wife in. So it makes me wonder, like, why they say, "Oh, that's cheating," though. But when they can be sister wives,
I'll say it again. No, go ahead. I want to say something after you. Go ahead.
Because it made me always wonder about that. I said, so now I realize why you may hear stories growing up. You ain't hear like the women talking, oh, your dad, whatever, cheated, stuff like that. But he just wanted more than one wife.
Yeah.
So now they got the whole thing twisted though, man.
Mhm.
So
There's
it's
no
like wow,
order. There's
there's no order.
and then watch this, right? What is called adultery in the Old Testament? It says if a man finds a virgin, meaning a woman who has a flower, and sleeps with her in a while, and she screams and nobody hears her, if they find out because he violated her, right? Because she's a virgin, it says that for her shame he must marry her. But watch this. It says if a man jumps on a maiden that's married or a spouse to another man, he has committed adultery. He shall be put to death. Notice the difference? So it's saying that if a man forces himself on a young woman who's not married, in our society they would say rape, but in the Bible say because he brought shame into her, he must marry her. So in a way, in American culture, it'll be like if a man rapes a woman, he must marry her. Like they're not gonna allow that here. But watch this. But if a man sleeps with another man's wife, and that woman doesn't scream, meaning she cheats with him, both of them must be killed.
I heard that. Yeah.
So it's very interesting.
Yeah. And check this out, too.
America don't follow the Bible, so we can talk out.
I can answer that. I can answer that. First one, when you said about the man with the virgin, because he took her innocence away from her, and she'll never get that back. So marrying her makes her whole, and it puts her under the covenant of God. The other one is adultery, is because you coveting another man's home. That's in the right. So you over there, and wife under the Bible is property. So when you go over there and covet another man's house, or you mess with other man's wife, that is adultery. That's another man's wife.
Yeah. And that is now you
what
see.
You want to say in the layman's terms, in today's terms is, in today's incidents would be when you hear about a man you hear about a husband kills this guy because he found a guy in his house with his wife or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Now in the modern day, that's against the law. You can't do no shit like that. But and a lot of times niggas just mad. But at the end of the day, that's why that shit happens. Mm-hmm. You know. Because that's my goddamn wife, and you know that's my wife. It's like, nigga, you know that's my wife, nigga, and you still coming over here. You got certain people in the space say, well, that's not my wife. Yeah. That ain't the point. She's a wife, nigga. Now, if she come over there to your ass and fuck with you, you went over there and fucked with her. You ain't like she went over there, but I seen niggas goddamn when men done stalked motherfucking niggas and goddamn me killed his ass in the middle of the street.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I want to say this too. I want to add this on too. I think some people don't realize this too. It's with this wedding stuff, you know. See, before that, when a man lies down with the woman, he's already married to her. Am I not right?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. It says that because
Let me add this real quick. See, this is the thing with this stupid westernized civilization, man. All of these whole so-called high-value talks, you know what I'm saying, they be having, you know, buying a woman a ring. So like, where does it say in the Bible that a man has to buy a ring though to marry her? I'll wait.
It doesn't say, and I know what that's about, because back in the day, it was a thing. The ring actually supposed to represent like a dowry that you're supposed to give to the goddamn when you go get a wife over there. That'll be a perfect example. I give you a perfect example. You remember was it Godfather 1? Remember Godfather 1? You remember when Michael shot the cop and the goddamn and Shaletso and them motherfuckers, and he went over there to Corleone, and how the woman how that ceremony was, and he pretty much had to come meet the father. The father had to co-sign him, and then he had a little party or whatever. That's a little bit like symbolic to a ring or giving her a ring or something. You know, it's like he probably gave a dowry, but they didn't play. But yeah, that's called like giving a dowry and shit. That's all that means, in my opinion.
Yeah, the arranged marriage.
You had to give a gift. Yeah, you had to give a gift. Yeah, you had to give some kind of gift. In the biblical terms, that means you would have to give some goats. you had to get a herd of goat, a herd or whatever value.
Hello? Are you there?
Still here.
I guess he faded out a little bit.
But yeah, I heard
Oh,
what he's saying. He's right about that. He's definitely right about that. So there's a guy, right? I'm
Yeah.
gonna say, I'm probably say his channel, Ultimate Black Man Radio. You know this. Oh my goodness, though. Got all these particular chicks on there. These so-called high value, where you want to call it, whatever. Like talking about the ring one day. If a man don't spend over 10K for a woman he really liked, then he's a dusty. Like they're like using them terms of saying you're dusty. I'm like this fat nigga right here, man. Like I don't like talking about people like that, but for him to come on like that, man, you deceiving women and stuff. You all telling men to seek out high value men. I don't like calling myself a high value man. I'm a high vibrational man. I'm a man of the most high. But they never tell them to chase the most high. Was it Matthew 6, verse 33? Seek ye first the kingdom of God and all his righteousness. All these things should be added unto you. See, they don't talk about stuff like this in these so-called spaces, man, lamosphere and stuff like that. Because brothers like us, they would never have on a panel. They never have on a panel though.
No.
See, we that's why we stand out.
No, because you.
We live a certified lifestyle. So that's why they don't want to have people like us in space, and that's fine. But guess what? Like I said, I mean, I listen from time to time though, but it's usually the same stuff. Talking about why they can't get the women. You need dating coaches. No, there's no such thing as dating coaches. The Bible already talks about that moral woman, the Proverbs woman. I mean, it's right there. Pick your choice, and you got to make sure if you're a man that's living right, for you to be able to draw in that righteous woman though. You know what I'm saying? Because God ain't gonna give you anything if you following Him. You know what I'm saying? He'll give you the best. But I rest my case.
Yeah, and you're right.
So and I'm gonna say,
it's the mindset.
Yeah, it's the mindset. So
the God, God is going to anoint your mind, and you'll be able to see a woman that is a woman of God, a woman of the faith. Yeah, she ain't gonna have no problem submitting because she's submitting to a man of God, right? See, that's the first thing. That's what a lot of women say. I ain't submitting to no nigga, no fucking dog. Okay. So a lot of times, what you do, you get in these secular talks. You know what I'm saying? And they talk about submitting. Submission is nothing secular about submission. That's holiness. That's spiritual. That's of the Most High.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying?
But they submit to their bosses at work and stuff, but don't want.
When you putting holiness in circular, it's not going to work.
Facts.
Is they submitting to because they fill out the application, right? They agree to do these terms and services right over there on the job. They come back. At the same time, you are right on that. They don't want to submit to their husband. Well, they're not worthy of being wives. They're not wives of material.
Bingo.
They're not wives of material. They're not wives of material. They are concubine material.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you, brother. Yes. And you know what? And there's a lot of Western women here. That's why I said earlier on the stream is that a lot of them are in that direction. They're more concubines and stuff. You can't want a husband after you hit a certain age and stuff. There's a reason why they call it the wall. And then you have a bunch of children by different men, multiple men and stuff. So you stick with your baby daddy. I mean, like the last one you had. I mean, don't sit up here and go and ruin other men's lives and then get mad at men who's like in their 30s and 40s is going for younger who's fruitful women. Which that's what we're supposed to go with. You know what I'm saying? Women in their early 20s and stuff, their 20s, they ain't got no children. We ain't supposed to be out here being no stepfathers to nobody.
Yeah, go for two. No, you ain't supposed to do that. Nope. And
we don't.
Damn, I forgot my point. Hold on. There's one more thing in the Bible. I read it. I forgot where it is. And I heard real preachers. If any preacher stands in the pulpit back in the day, not these old disaster houses, but any preacher stand in the pulpit and preach this in the pulpit, he got about 50% legitimacy in him. I give him 50%. Now I know some that got a little bit more than that, but they ain't out here doing this crazy shit, And I,
Mhm.
I remember I was sitting in the pool, I was sitting in there, and he went to that word and said, women in the word of God, in the Bible, woman is only guaranteed one man. What that mean, one man? One man of God, one man for you, one man is going to take care of you, one man going to do right by you, give you your kids, and give you your family. You're only going to get you only guaranteed one. Only way you get another one is that one you had dies. That means you become a
Mhm.
widow, and then God will anoint you with another one. Well, guess
Mhm.
what? Women are divorcing men, right? And they husband out here walking around on this earth. They don't know why this next nigga ain't no good. This next nigga ain't no good. And then they ain't gonna get that nigga. Then they ain't gonna get that man of means until they 50.
Mhm. And guess what, man? I got to bring this up too. It's in the book of Sirach where it talks about
Mm-hmm.
a wicked woman is given to a portion to a wicked man, but a man that fears the Lord, you know what I'm saying? He gonna get. Let me go to it. Yeah, a wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man, but a godly woman is given to him that feareth the Lord. So that lets you know right there when I hear these women talking about, I like toxic men and stuff, where you're a toxic woman. So you're going to
Right.
attract toxic men. That's who you are. Don't sit up there and try to make the next person feel bad because they don't got your characteristic traits because you trying to push it into society. You messing up the good heart men. And that's why we got to have discernment and stuff, man, and go to the Lord about a lot of stuff, man, because we don't want nothing contaminated out here. Like I said, a lot of them women being too contaminated out here, man. That's why they just really no good. The guys too, but the women I'm talking about that's out there, you giving and showing your box to every damn body and stuff. You wonder why guys don't look at them as sex objects, of course, because that's how you put yourself out there. You don't have the mindset like a businesswoman, businessman. So you gotta think like a business. They better wake up, man. They better wake up.
You're right. Yeah, I just went with the conversation that was in hand. And, I mean, it is what it is. You just look at the examples of what happened. It's pretty much what happened to
The
Kanye a
damn
little bit. Kanye started getting back into his word and want to use that. But he made a mistake because he did marry a concubine woman. So that's why he went through what he
Mhm,
went through. You see what I'm
mhm,
saying? Just for an
mhm,
example. That's why men want to get a woman. That's why a man of God want a young woman. So
mhm,
she had naturally coming into this way and come into the right way. Except a woman already been contaminated, you know what I'm saying, by the gang,
mhm,
contaminated
mhm,
by doing any ungodly situation, ungodly things. It's like
mhm,
when I get a perfect example. This last year, people got mad at me because I went at a woman a little wrong, but I didn't go at her wrong. She came at me wrong talking about how I get down in the bedroom, but we talking about on a high level. We have conversations like that because that's only meant for the woman that I deal with in the bedroom. Now I don't get on these things and be bragging about what I get down. Now if
mhm.
I'm around my homeboys, some people I kick it with or something, we talk about women, but we not talking about women back in the day or something. 10,
Mhm. I think the mic went out. Yeah, Mace. I'm gonna try to come back, Mace. I'm gonna run here to the store though, man. But thanks for having me on though, bro. I'm gonna try to come back.
Always, bro. Always, bro.
good.
Nah, I'm gonna get out of
Yeah,
here.
you good.
But
Yeah, mic touch me, Chris.
always, man.
Okay.
I mean, I got NBA tonight. And, I'm gonna talk about the
Mm,
NFL later tonight when I come back. Um,
yeah,
what's the game tonight? Oh, they're in Mexico. I could care less. So, but this was great, man. By the way, for people who did come in for the USA game, typical USA had a 1-0 lead, had a lot of swagger, and then they got a free kick and Wales tied the game. So the final score was 1-1. That's not good. Anyway,
mhm.
we're getting ready for that big one Friday morning up here against England. Me, Melina, that boy, and I forgot the fourth. of us England supporters against the overrated Team USA. So I'm looking forward to that
Peace.
Friday morning. So
All right. I knew y'all was
All
talking
right,
about
man.
the World Cup. Yeah, the World Cup.
yeah, but
Yeah,
I
I'm
want
gonna
to say
say
this.
peace up, Mace.
Yeah, peace out, brother. I just want to say this real quick about the about what Cool Gent and Fasting was talking about. I just see trouble ahead, and my message to black women, black men is stay on guard, bro, because people are beginning to see it now. Sperling, Chief State Sleep. I've been saying it for the last year and a half. Black men, they're coming for us, bro. You better be ready. They're coming for us, bro. They're coming to wipe us out. 'Cause that's the
Said the black
plan
woman, right?
anyway. Say it again?
Said the black woman.
No. They're coming to wipe us out. I'm talking about every other race of men.
Oh yeah,
and,
we're
and their
destroying
bi-
each other for us.
and their biggest ally is black women, because black women they've been left us, bro. So
Oh yeah,
that's coming, bro. Better look out for it. Like
yeah,
Tariq,
it's coming.
like Tariq Nasheed said, "What's up, stranger?" Like Tariq Nasheed said, they already got the entire police force in Southern California as militias against black men. So watch out, bro. So I'm saying. Relentless, get back in here, man. I want to talk to you about this soccer game. I saw the whole game, bro. Get up here. Get up
I'm gonna
here,
try to come
Relentless.
back to that, bro.
Yeah,
Well,
I'll
it's
be on
good.
tonight. 7:15. I'll be on tonight.
Okay, now.
Yeah. All right, man. Have a good afternoon. Thanks for coming, family.
Oh, no problem, bro. Yeah, have a
All
good
right,
one, though.
man. Be good, man. Yo, Relentless, you out there? If you are,
Yeah.
come back in here. I saw this whole game was. That's the one thing about soccer. It goes fast.
It does. Especially the World Cup.
Yeah, man. That
Yeah,
was
I
a quick
missed it.
2
I missed
hours.
it. I gotta catch it on.
Yeah, that was a quick 2 hours. So USA blew it. And
So
what else is new? All this USA talk. Oh, USA, man, we're gonna beat England. You saw what England did today to Iran? 6-2. See what they did today? What the hell you think they're gonna do to the USA on Friday morning, bro?
they're gonna beat them. Well, you gotta understand, United States of America, we don't take football seriously like England do, like Brazil do, and others and the other countries do. That's they like NFL, soccer is like that overseas. So
Yeah, I was telling the
we just
guys that
competing just to
yesterday.
try to compete.
Yeah, soccer is everything overseas. Facts. It is. People don't realize that.
Yeah, because people got to get it. Because you got to understand. You could take they take rubber bands and shit and make soccer balls. Very, very, very inexpensive sport to learn. It ain't like football where you got to pay for equipment and all that. It's very, very cheap. It's like overseas where they play like in those Caribbeans and Dominican Republics and places like that where they play baseball at. They get a damn stick, bruh, and knock that bitch 400 yards out the goddamn sky in the air. 400 yards, man, shit.
Hell
So you
yeah.
know when they get a real bat in their hand, they finna act a fool, you know.
That's
And they
true.
get on a real ball and get on a real ball and get on a real field that ain't got nails and glass and shit in it, running on barefoot. You gotta understand the culture, dog. It's real.
It is real.
And you
I
got
said that yesterday.
and it's real deep too.
Sure is.
I ain't gonna get into certain things they used to do over there back in the day. It was certain people, they lives we just say they lives depended on this World Cup shit, bro.
Remember the hockey with the Russians? If they lose, they go to the coal mines.
Yeah.
You never see them again.
Yeah,
Speaking of coal mines,
yeah.
last a week and a half ago, they put Brittany Griner into the salt mines. They put her in the penal colony. So that's what she's been doing the last
Turning
couple.
big rocks into little rocks. She turning big rocks into little rocks, boy.
Young man, first of all, we've been looking for you. I'm glad to see you. Second of all, who's your team in the World Cup?
Hey man, look at hey. Wait, hold on. Let me just come out and say this, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Shout out to Mace. You know what I'm saying? I know you hit 1K a long time ago. I think I already congratulated you. But I'm gonna
Yeah, you
congratulate
did.
you
I
again.
appreciate you, man. Now, who's
Hey
your
man,
team in the World Cup?
hey man, just look at the logo, man. You already know. Obviously, I gotta go for my home, like country. You know, my actual ethnicity. Obviously, I'm rooting for Ghana. But in all seriousness, you know,
Yeah.
if we're really being honest, they're not really gonna win it. But you know, my other team, you know, it's that logo right there. You see, they right there, Brazil, man, bringing that flair back to the
Okay.
sport. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. I got you. You know me,
Bringing back,
Malina.
bringing back that little bit of South American flavor to the sport. If you know what I mean.
You
Come
know
on,
me.
shout out Brazil, man. We gonna win that shit. Man.
You know me, Melina,
We're
and
gonna win.
that
That's what I was
boy
gonna ask. Who
England.
y'all thought the best team was?
Yeah.
That's Brazil, baby. Listen. Shout out to England. Shout out to all the other countries. But listen, Brazil gonna bring that flavor. They're gonna bring that samba dancing. When they score a goal, they're gonna be dancing, celebrating. They're gonna bring that flavor to the World Cup, man. I'm telling you, man.
I don't
What
know.
y'all know about that, man?
No, no,
Come
no,
on, man.
no,
Y'all
no.
better recognize, man.
I don't
They
have an
doing it
issue
for
with it.
Pele.
Did you see that overrated USA team today, bro?
Yeah, I thought first half they.
Oh,
I literally just watched I just finished watching the game. I thought they played well the first half, but you can tell USA they don't have that X factor. Like they didn't have that Neymar, you know what I'm saying, that Messi. They don't have that player that can really take them over the edge. But I think they're gonna get out the group, but they're not gonna make it too far. I think it's a young team, and you know the USA would never win a World Cup because or soccer isn't a number one sport over here. Every other country that's won it, it's like they bread and butter. We put soccer on the back burner. And, you know, the World Cup,
that's what Prince just said. Go ahead.
the World Cup is the biggest sporting event in the world. It's bigger than
Hell yeah,
Olympics. It's
that's
bigger than
why I'm
everything.
into it. That's
You
why
know what
I'm
I'm saying?
watching
If
it.
America is so good, is good at every other sport, but it seems like we put the biggest sport in the world on the back burner. So you know what I'm saying?
I'll tell
We'll
you
never
one,
win a World Cup. You know what
and
I'm
I
saying?
want
But
and I want coach opinion about this. The problem with boxing and soccer. Good point you just made. They don't get the best athletes reproduce. I'm talking about brothers that
yeah.
reproduce in this country. Soccer
And, and,
definitely doesn't get it, and
and you want to
boxing.
know?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. And
No,
you
go
want to
ahead.
know what it is with soccer? It's a good sport, but in America, it's a pay to play sport. So, you go to countries like Brazil,
Mhm.
Argentina, you're going
Yeah,
to be driving in the street. You're going to go to the ghettos, the slums. You're going to see dudes playing it, having fun. They don't got to pay for nothing.
yeah,
Over here, you don't see people playing soccer in the street. Or maybe if you go to a Latino community, but even over there, they go play for their country. They ain't playing for us. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a pay to play sport. And if you have a pay to play sport, you're never going to be better than the countries that actually play the sports. They bread and butter. You know what I'm saying? So, but
You're right.
nah, I
Yeah.
think USA they played well today. I feel like they was a bit unfortunate for that little penalty they gave up, but I mean I think the goalkeeper played well. He plays for Arsenal, so that my other team. So I
Let me
think
ask you this. Let me ask you that.
yeah,
I'm gonna segue to that right now. I had Bargoff up here 2 weeks ago. He was waxing poetic about Arsenal. I know you saw Molina was in the locker room 3 weeks ago.
yeah. She
Arsenal
went
locker
she went
room.
to the stadium. She went
Yeah.
to she was all over the place.
Are you feeling? Are you feeling the dream of the Arsenal fans too? That this is your year with a bunch of just good players.
I don't think I don't think it's our year per se, but I do think that we are getting better. Obviously me, I gotta keep it level headed. You know what I'm saying? But
Oh,
for for
Bargoff. He thinks.
for me, I think our coach, he's done well. I ain't really got much to complain about him. Is he the guy to win us a Champions League or take us to pinnacle of the sport? I don't think so because he's still a rookie coach. But for me, what he's doing now, I can't really complain. So I'm not gonna get on him too much. And I do think we do need a couple places to fill in the team. I still feel like our squad depth, like the drop off between the good players and the backup players, like two, what I'm saying? There's a bit of a gap in like quality of the players and all that. But other than that, I think the team has done really well. I can't really complain. I wish we
Well,
can change it up a little bit. We're getting a little bit predictable, but I think we are.
let me ask
I
you
don't think
this.
I don't think we're gonna win the league, but I think we're gonna finish top four
Okay, so let me ask you this. Who would you compare Arsenal, the franchise, to an American team?
though.
Who would be Arsenal?
I'll say I'll say either Atlanta or Memphis. Either the
Wow.
Grizzlies or the Hawks.
Wow, you and Bargoff are two different worlds. Bargoff compared them to the Cowboys and the Lakers and he was up here two weeks ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, and I'm like listening to him like
Wait,
I'm
was he
like
negative? Was he negative or positive? Because I'm
very
usually the negative one.
he's riding the dream, bro. He think Arsenal's
Oh,
gonna win
oh.
it all, bro.
I, I don't think they win the league, but I think the team on the rise, and I think
Oh,
we getting
he's
better. You know, this is what I wanted. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
A lot of people think, you know, a lot of the fans on the other side, they say I'm pessimistic, I'm negative, but you know what I'm saying?
You,
I just want to see the team do well, and they doing well right now, so I
you
can't really
know
complain.
who Arsenal reminds me of?
Who?
My team in Miami, the Dolphins. But right now, every Dolphin fan except Manzano, every Dolphin fan in America is feeling it, man. I mean, I was outside today, went to get my eyes checked. I was at the clinic. People, I don't even know these people. They were hugging me. They're saying God has blessed us again. Tua is the savior. You know, the Tyreek Hill is the greatest thing in the world. He's heading to 2,000 yards. Nobody ever did it. But
Mhm.
the point I'm making is what Arsenal fans are feeling over there is what Miami fans are feeling here. That they're beginning to really believe in this team is going to be real good for the next couple of years. That's the point I was trying to make with Bargo. He
Mhm.
put the Laker cowboy card on me, so I just left it alone. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I said, I'm happy in about the World Cup.
Yeah.
Usually when it comes to international, football, I never really had a connection with the USA team, if I'm really being honest. You
Neither
know,
do I. That's why I don't take them
yeah,
seriously. I don't
you know
have
what
a
I'm saying? I root for the USA. They got a good team. But
can't do it.
yeah, my team has always been the Netherlands, France, and Brazil. Those always be my teams I always go for.
Yeah, I like
And maybe
France second. I
yeah,
like France. I like the same teams you like. If it's not
yeah.
England, then I'll support France or Brazil. Which one is good?
Yeah, you
But
gotta support. Listen. Forget about England. Don't even worry about that. Come to South America, man. Since you fuck with the passport bros, they all rooting for they all rooting for Brazil, man. You better really go after Brazil, learn how to dance,
you
man.
know
Do a
what
little
it is
two
with
step.
me?
You know what I'm saying?
You know what it is with me? Seriously?
Yeah, what's up?
Too many guys are on the Brazil bandwagon, man. Now Brazil is like the Cowboys and the Lakers. There's too many people's on that
Listen,
bandwagon.
let me tell you something, mates. If you like a bit of flavor, a little bit of samba dancing, a
Mm-hmm.
little bit of entertainment,
Mm-hmm.
if you want to come and watch the greatest, let me not say the greatest, but if you want to
Hey,
come and
I
watch the
know how
best,
good Brazil is.
if
When
you
Brazil
want to
comes to
come in, listen, if you want to come and be entertained and watch the best player in the fucking world right now, which is Neymar,
yeah.
come over to Brazil, man. Neymar's the best player in the fucking world right now, man. Yeah, I said it.
No. This is not my sport. I take your word for it for sure. Because Neymar was with, he was hanging on with Antetokounmpo
hmm
this past spring in the Bucks locker room. So
Yeah, man, motherfuckers want to talk about Neymar this and Neymar that. Oh, he don't take the game serious. Oh, he's just Kyrie Irving of soccer. Oh, he's this, he's that. Oh, he just wants to party and rest of my girls. Listen, ain't Neymar the type of motherfucker to be out 2 a.m. before a game, partying with a bunch of chicks, and then come play the game, show up to the game halfway drunk, and still drop a 10 out of 10 performance on these fucking out. Yeah. So what y'all gonna say about Neymar
no,
now?
don't look
Huh?
at me, man. I'm not
Uh-huh.
bashing nobody, but I do think.
Uh-huh.
See, you know what's funny with me? I have not heard a peep about Brazil. And I know Brazil's the best team, but I have not heard a peep about how good Brazil is this
You know what? Brazil, they gonna break that drought. They gonna win the World Cup and they gonna show why they're the
20
best
years I
footballer
heard,
nation.
bro. I heard 20 years.
I think last time they won was 2002.
And two. Yeah, 20
Yeah.
years.
And that was with R9, the real Ronaldo, not the fake
Yeah.
one. The
Yeah, the
real
real
one.
one, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the real one.
Ronaldo and those guys, Kaká and those guys.
Yeah, no, Kaká was a bit Ronaldo, Rivaldo, Ronaldinho.
Yeah, Ronaldinho.
Man,
I
that
love
team
those
was crazy.
guys.
Ronaldinho, man. Ronaldinho, like I said, Ronaldinho and Neymar, they're the type of motherfuckers to be out 2 a.m. partying with a bunch of chicks, come and show up to practice half drunk, and still drove past the whole team, man. I'm telling you, them motherfuckers gonna get fucked, man. Ronaldinho after games, he used to go to the club right after games, man. I'm telling you, man, Brazilians, man, they know how to fucking party, man. We gonna party today, man. So we ready. I think we play in 2 days, man.
Wednesday. Yeah, you guys play Wednesday.
Yeah, Serbia, man. Serbia gonna get their ass whipped. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna say that right now. They ain't gonna know what hit them, man.
Yeah, I gotta pull for Brazil. It's been a generation. Damn. You was this in a crib last time Brazil won, bro.
Yep.
So you never seen Brazil win? Wow.
I mean, I seen Brazil win a couple things like the Copa America and all that, and the like Olympics and all that. But nah, we gotta win the World Cup, man. And I still haven't forgiven Germany. You know what? Fuck Germany for that shit they
Yeah, I
did in
remember that
2014.
shit, bro. I remember
Motherfuckers,
that.
man.
I remember that, bro.
And you
When
can't
they
forget
went
about
down
my
there.
you can't forget about my country. Shout out to Ghana. You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
also gonna say what's up to Portugal. To we gonna say what's up, man. We gonna say what's up. Don't worry about us. You know what I'm saying? We chilling.
There you go.
Yeah, man. It's
Pumped
World
up.
Cup season. You know what I'm saying? Usually they got the World Cup
All looking
going
for
on in
you,
the
bro.
summer.
Yeah, we were looking for you, man. I'm glad you
Yeah,
popped
man.
up here, man.
Man, you know
Coming
I'm
here
always in the
tomorrow.
clouds. I'm always in the clouds, man.
Say again?
I'm always in the clouds, man. I'm always in the clouds.
Well, let me say this to you. I hope you pop in tomorrow for the France game. You know I'm gonna do France tomorrow.
Yeah, so I don't get up. I don't get up from work until 3, but I'm gonna pop.
How
I'm gonna slide by and get my food back.
how did you get out of the snow? You all right?
Huh?
You got out of the snow okay?
No, I'm not in Buffalo no more. You remember?
That's right. Yeah, you were here. You in
Yeah,
Jersey.
it's
Well,
too cold where I'm at, but you know what I'm saying. But nah, we getting it, man. We getting that work. It don't matter.
yeah,
Weather,
man.
the weather don't mean nothing.
Yeah,
We
man.
still out here, man.
Yeah, I know you are, man. Hey, let me just end it with this with you. Hey, be back tonight. I'll be back on 7:15. You got the Hawks and the Cavaliers. Donovan Mitchell's playing out of his mind. So is DeJounte Murray, bro. And I'm gonna do the Bucks and the Blazers tonight.
Hmm.
And Dame is out for 3 weeks again, so we'll see what happens.
And notice how the Lakers play better without LeBron James,
Yeah,
LeCap
they're
James,
playing well.
who always be lying about something.
I said that when I started this platform, that Anthony Davis is finally growing up now as a man. That's a true leader and player for
Yep.
that franchise. Lakers are coming along well now.
You see how much better they play without LeBron? I
Yeah,
tell you, man. Man, get LeBron off that team, man.
Sacramento's playing well too. I picked them to go to playoffs. Sacramento's playing very well.
Hmm.
Yeah, the Aaron Fox is having a monster year, bro.
The
Nobody's talking
Jazz,
about it.
the Jazz, man, the Jazz, they got a good team, bro. They got a good coach, good young players, man. They hungry, man. Motherfuckers saying, oh, they gonna tank this season. I said, nah, they gonna make the playoffs this season. They're gonna be a dark horse in the West because they got that motivation, man. They got all them young guys. They hungry, man.
When you think about my squad,
But the Cavs,
no, my squad's the Blazers, man. You should know that.
no, I know you're a Blazers fan, but I thought you was like rooting for somebody else too. Nah, the Blazers,
Atlanta, Atlanta.
the Blazers, they've been decent this season too, man. I thought Dame, if I was Dame, I mean, if I was Dame, I would be out of here about next season. But I think he want to be around the young guys and bring them up. You know what I'm saying?
What do
So
you think about Shaden Sharp?
Shaden Sharp,
Yeah,
I think
Shaden Sharp.
yeah, ain't that motherfucker? It's another motherfucker that be dunking all over the place.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah,
Yeah, man, man, yeah, y'all got some good young players. But I think the real future of the franchise is Simons. I think y'all should really y'all make y'all little process. Y'all should really that team should be going through him soon. You know what I'm saying? You got
Yeah, they're
Dame
doing
showing
it
the
now.
ropes
It's
and all
funny
that.
it's funny you said that. They're doing that now. Now they go through him now.
And that's how it should be. You know what I'm saying? Y'all should be looking to move on from Damian Lillard, not because he's a good player, but he's reaching that age where he's got to win something, and it's clear to see it's not gonna happen in Portland. He should at least try to look at some other options and
I
whatnot.
totally agree. Philly would be a great fit for him. I think
And
Philly needs him. They're
one
too
last thing,
inconsistent. Yeah, go ahead.
all those England fans who cussing out all those brothers, who scored
Yeah,
most of those goals today?
the
Who scored the
brothers.
first one? Who scored the first one? Jude Bellingham, black. Who
Yeah,
scored the second one? Bukayo Saka, black. Who scored the third one? Raheem Sterling, Jamaican nigga. Who scored the man? What the fuck? Who scored the fourth one off the bench? Marcus Rashford. Man, they whole team is the whole team. It was scored by brothers, man. Harry Kane ain't scored nothing.
yeah.
Man, I'm telling you, man.
England is looking very good, man. It's like I always say, you have a good team or a good coach, but every time you see them in a big event, you see progress. We gave away that tournament this past summer to Italy. Fine. They want to make up for it, win this one. There's no excuse for Southgate. Win this one. You know what I'm saying?
You know, we got a big game. The USA play Iran, I think soon. So it doesn't,
They play them
you
next
know,
week. We play them
yeah.
next. Play them
For,
Friday.
for political reasons, that's gonna be a big game.
Yeah,
So
they better not lose that one.
they better not lose that one. Shit.
Yeah, they losing Friday. I can guarantee you that right now.
Now England, they I think they'll make it to the quarters, maybe semis if they lucky. It depends on who they get, but I don't think they're better than Brazil, Argentina, Portugal, and some of the other teams there. I do think one of the weaker teams is Spain. If you have
Yeah.
to run into Spain, y'all can beat Spain because Spain they got a lot of young, inexperienced guys. They left some of the experienced guys like Sergio Ramos at home, so he's at home fucking watching the game. He should be in the fucking tournament. I don't know why they didn't bring him, but I don't know.
Man, you
You know what
great,
I'm saying?
man. It's great to hear from you, man.
Yeah, man, it's World Cup
Really
season,
is.
man. So
We miss you, bro.
I'm lit out here, man. You know what I'm saying? It's World Cup season. I got
After
my
work,
team out.
if
Yep.
you come up tonight, that's cool. I love having you up. Everybody misses you. But you better be in here tomorrow for the second half of France, bro.
I will.
I'm going to do that
I
game
will.
tomorrow. I'm going to do France tomorrow, man. I love you, man. You be careful, all right?
All right, man.
Miss
Shout
you
out,
too,
mates,
bro.
man.
No
And
doubt. Shout out you, England.
I hope England lose like 6-0 to Brazil. But shout out to y'all, man.
I love you, Prince. You be good.
All right, man.
Miss you too, man. Be good. Happy Thanksgiving, you and your family, brother.
Yeah, to you too, mates.
Appreciate
you,
you,
too,
man. You don't know how much I do.
All right.
Everybody,
Love you, too.
love you, man. I'll see you tonight in exactly 2.5 hours. We got the NBA doubleheader. You got Mitchell going against Ice Tray, and then you got Sharp and the Blazers going up against Giannis. Giannis will play tonight. Not doing load management tonight, so we'll see Giannis tonight. I love you, people. Thanks for coming. And 1-1, U.S. choked again, letting Wales tie them. A loss is as good as a tie is as good as a loss in this tournament. See you tonight, everybody. I love you. Be good. It's great to